Hello everyone, it's me, ATARi HMB, and how is everyone doing today in the stream? How is everyone doing? Let's go ahead and make this a live thing. How is everyone doing today? Hello ID Output. Hello Brendan Jackson. Hello Zay. Hello Shadow Nightmare. Hello Sunny D. Everything's going up and down. Nice. All right, so I'm glad everyone is able to make it today. So today, as you can see, what our discussion is going to be, it's going to be solely based on the important topic. If you do not stop that crying, it's going to be based on a really important topic today that I'd like to discuss with you guys. And that topic is going to be the importance of interpretation, Team Sigma versus Iota, and the Q&A and other discussions. So let's go ahead and get the thumbnail pulled up for us. Shall we? Yeah, that looks great, doesn't it? So this is gonna be like the main thing we're gonna be dealing with. And the reason we got Yusuke up here, we're gonna talk about a little bit of something else that kind of came to my mind. I was actually, let's pull this over. I was actually gonna talk about how strong Suzaku is. So every topic we talk about, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the main. I'm gonna put it right here in text. All right. So every topic we talk about, I'm gonna put in text. So let me go ahead and find a nice, suitable text for all of this. Yeah, let's go ahead and get something like that. Yeah. How strong is Suzaku? And I think we're gonna go ahead and start off. So let's go ahead and begin. Let's get right into it. Let's see here. Let's talk a little bit about speed again. Let's talk a little bit about measurable speed versus infinite speed. I think I really wanna have this discussion again. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about this category. Oh yeah, this category is a little interesting. I find it very interesting, in fact. And I really like discussing about it. I want to outline size. Let's see here, 5. No, let's put like 8. How about 80? No. Jing Jing Hanji, King Chai Jito. Yeah, there we go. All right, so chat. Let's go ahead and begin. Sorry, I have a very important question for you, Sunny D. All right, I'll be more than happy to answer it. Go ahead and let me know. Hey, you trying to play later tonight, Wesky? I'm not sure if I'll have time to. I don't think I will be. All right. Hi, ATARi. No, I know what you mean. You meant ATARi. Good morning. How are you, Edward Kenway? Welcome to the stream. Let's go ahead and begin. So, what's he doing?
He wants to go and bother Beethoven.
All right, tell him he needs to shut up before I literally. No hot dogs.
Uh-oh. No hot dogs.
No hot dog. If you keep acting like that. Okay. What's up, Snag? How's it going? So let's go ahead and begin, guys. I think a first topic we're going to really start off and kick underway is going to be one of my favorites. Let's go ahead and begin that topic. That topic is going to be, let's go ahead and see here. Clip Studio. No, that's not it. That's not what I'm looking for. That's not nice for the cat. Yeah, let's go ahead and open this window up. There we go. All right, so the reason we're opening up Clip Studio Paint right now is because I'm going to use Clip Studio Paint as a way to communicate with you guys. It's going to be a way to communicate and go ahead and talk about the topic at hand. So this is going to be the first topic. I'm going to go ahead and open up a notepad so I can directly record when this topic will get started within the stream. Let's see how many seconds we are within the stream. We're at 8 minutes, so around the 9-minute mark, and I'm going to put immeasurable speed versus infinite speed, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that into the contents of this video so that way people will be able to find it a little bit more easier. We got 15 viewers. That's awesome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Let me go ahead and read the chat. He just started like 4 minutes ago. Nah, you're early, bro. Welcome. No, you're not. You're not late at all. So we're gonna go ahead and have a talk about measurable speed versus infinite speed. I've been hearing it's gotten a lot of shtick recently. Some people think it is misinformation. And, you know, with all due respect, I can understand why people think it's misinformation. And, you know, it really all boils down to two components. And we're going to go ahead and talk about what those two components is. So the first problem is, number one, let me make this very visual for you guys. Because, again, I want you guys to visually benefit from what you're seeing on stream. So I want to not just, I want to definitely visually communicate with you guys. So let me go ahead and put this up here. Yeah, there we go. Now I could see my whole chat. That's great. Have you planned on debunking or debating Surfbone? So I'll go ahead and say this. The Surfbone controversy, you know, it's okay. There are going to be people out there who are going to disagree. There will be people out there who are going to diss you. There are going to be people out there who's not going to even fully understand the context of what you're saying, because, you know, sometimes they're only left through the interpretation. And I'm going to say it right now, my video is not perfect at all. And I can understand why some of those misinterpretations or misunderstandings of my video may have occurred to other people who may have thought it's backwards logic or it doesn't work. And keep in mind, this topic has been discussed about in the Versus Battle Wiki before. I don't stand necessarily in agreement with both sides. I kind of am in the middle ground. The argument was removing a measurable speed, but here, however, you're going to notice that here's how I look at it. You have the argument from these guys, right? Here's the thing, guys. I don't necessarily agree 100%, okay? I'm not in 100% agreement with them. No. I'm more so like 60, 75% in agreement with this website, okay? More so 60, 75. There's no point on fixing what isn't broken, okay? So when people need to realize is there are some things they speak that are true and some things they speak that are not true. And that's exactly what we're talking about. So let's go ahead and begin with the very basic notion of... give me a moment. How hard is it to keep them outside?
The door was closed. I don't know what happened.
I don't think it was closed. He can't break in.
Oh, wait.
Anyway, back to the main match. Okay, so speed equals distance over time. All right, speed is usually defined by how long it takes for someone to get from point A to point B. And, you know, depending on how long it takes for that person to get there. Oh, yeah, Versus Battle Wiki needs to be dethroned. I feel you, man. Here's the thing. This is what speed is. How long does it take for this guy to get from here to here, right? This is the very basics of speed. How we can define that is how long is this distance? How many kilometers? And then overall, we need to solve for these two to really understand what's going on. If we know how long it took him to do this, we can give him a unit of measurement for speed. Remember, speed is a unit of measurement that human beings have created. We use mathematics to create these things. That's why the importance of interpretation, we call it the IOI. All right, importance of interpretation, the IOI. Okay? So IOI is importance of interpretation. We need to remember the importance of interpretation is that individual versus series are going to all be different. And I'll give you a perfect picture and an example of this. So let me ask you guys in the chat. I'm going to be interacting with you guys a lot more now. Let me ask you, let me give you an example. All right, so let's go ahead and use, let's go ahead and use Homeboy, right? Yeah, his name is Homeboy. No, his name's not Homeboy. Let's go ahead and put Joe Shimomura here. All right. All right, that's pretty interesting. We got Joe Shimomura. Let's go ahead and put... Let's go ahead and put my boy right here. Hold up. Gotta get rid of that ugly background. I don't like that. No, we don't like that indeed. Oh, no, he's bald. Okay, hold on. Let's do that again. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. All right, so then we got our boy Superman, right? All right, very interesting indeed. And then let's get someone else in this. And let's get someone else in this. I think I got another person who I'm going to find pretty interesting. And I think a lot of you guys will recognize him. Let's go ahead and get Borsalino in here, okay? Let's go ahead and get this guy in here. I'm sure everyone knows who this is, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and have this discussion with these three main characters in this particular event. And we're going to try to go ahead and understand the different levels of speed and why interpretation is important. And no, I have not. The Discord still needs to be tested. I don't go ahead and launch a Discord when I haven't tested everything, especially because I have particular roles and I don't want to recheck the entire thing. But yeah, I just want to say, Shadow Nightmare, you are right. Bald Superman does clap most of fiction. That's a fact. You know, it's funny. Hold on. I don't want to get distracted from the stream, but hold on. I actually can make Superman bald. Hold on, watch this right here. Hold on. If I take his hair, right, I can. Oh yeah, baby. Look at that. There we go. He's bald now. Okay, do you see that? He is freaking bald. All right. Let's stop. I'm having too much fun. All right, so let's go ahead and reverse that. Back to the main important discussion. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about this. All right, so guys, I want to let you know that Joe Shimamura is a character who is, he is only slightly. Who is that I'm hearing right now? Oh, what's up, Andre? How's it going? Welcome.
That's good. You're like streaming on YouTube or something?
Yeah, I'm streaming on YouTube right now. We got some. Right now, I'm talking about the importance of interpretation. Apparently, because there are a lot of misunderstandings, and I know Surfbone is one of those misunderstandings. So yeah. Sorry, the background for Andre is a little loud, so I had to lower it a little. But that's all good, man. It's all good, man. If you're still down to listen, you can. But what I'm doing is I'm talking about right now the different levels of speed. So as we know, guys, Joe Shimamura is slightly faster than light, at least in verse. Okay, in his verse, he's slightly faster than light. Okay, now Silver Age Superman, SA Superman, is over time. He's infinite speed. I don't care what no one says. You're not gonna lowball that. This dude has hit actual infinity, which is cool. Then we got Kizaru, who is, I don't know, hundreds, at least thousands of times FTL. Even though he is light, he's still thousands of times faster than his actual speed due to scaling. So let me give you guys a quick understanding here. Out of all these characters, we have to understand that the speed the verse gives them is not always going to be our interpretation, because Cyborg 009 follows relativity. So when Joe hits faster than light speed, he can time travel. So in the interpretation on a linear number, he is going to have some form of infinite speed plus I call it timeless speed, but most people call it inaccessible speed. So you can call it inaccessible, which is inaccessible. We'll just put IA or timeless. It doesn't matter, whatever you want to call it. This same Superman hits a level of just infinite speed. And he does also have inaccessible speed, because Silver Age can also time travel as well. And he's only a couple times faster than speed of light by lore. Right? Here's the thing. Kizaru has a linear number, but he's not infinite speed, and he doesn't have inaccessible speed either. So you can see here, all fictions are going to have different interpretations on how their characters are represented through speed. Our job and now I go into this, our job is to, how can we take those same numbers and articulate them to mean a particular unit? When we say faster than light, we don't account for what properties and distortions being faster than light will cause. We don't account for the causality of being at light speed, okay? We only account for the speed as a mathematical unit. So because of that, that is going to get into a whole wormhole of things. But essentially what I'm trying to say is this. Light speed is not going to be the same across every verse. Now, let's talk about immeasurable speed now, real quick. Because I don't want to take up too much time on this area. We are pressed for time. We're already 19 minutes in. I think that's pretty good. We got good pacing. You know, right now we're like the manga right now. So let's go ahead and continue forward with this. Also, you have, we never seen Kizaru in a serious or enraged state, so who knows how, yeah, exactly, he could be. But let's talk about the metacore. Let's go ahead and talk about, oh yeah, you can, Zay, I agree. Kizaru is definitely really, really, really fast. But like, we know that no matter how fast we're trying to interpret him, he ain't going to be infinite speed as of now, for now at least. But S.A. Superman and Joe Shimomura are never stated to be infinitely faster than light, yet their speed properties have a causality rate to cause them to do that. Now, here is why I'm not going to call it the surf bone. It's just, this is the versus battle wiki. And this is the I'm going to call it just the different approach. I'm going to call it the ATARi. All right, the ATARi approach, or I don't know. I just call it the logical approach. I'm not saying versus battle isn't logical, but you're going to understand this real quick. So what is the difference between the two rules? Well, you see, here's the thing. I'm going to put IS for immeasurable speed for both sides. Okay? IS represents immeasurable speed. For me, immeasurable speed is just speed that can't, I know there's people like, why are you handwriting it? Because it makes it more authentic. Be measured. All right. Here's the thing. Versus Battle Wikia, surprisingly, is kind of a similar trait where it's like theirs is also speed that can't be measured, but to them, it's going. But the key difference is how we interpret infinite speed, right? Versus Battle Wiki believes infinite speed is moving at least one Planck length, or moving infinite distance, infinite d, in this amount of time, one Planck time, which in their case, one Planck equals 0 time. The way I look at it is you're moving infinite distance in 0 time. In 0 time. Now, you guys are going to be wondering, what's the significance of this? The point of moving infinite speed, and it gives you this formula. The polarity of infinity, if you know about the law of polarity, the opposite of infinity is 0, nothing. All right? Infinity and 0, one thing they have in common, specifically infinity's main trope is it breaks math. The reason infinity breaks math is because it causes paradoxical issues. Infinity always causes paradoxes. All right? So I just go ahead and just wanted to go over that real quick. So that's the reason. They think of it like this. They think an immeasurable being, they think the immeasurable being will be in red, all right? He got the little Sonic shoe thingy. An infinite speed being will be in black, right? The infinite speed being, they have to travel from point A to point B. The infinite speed being will make it there in 1 Planck time, but the immeasurable speed being will make it there in absolute 0 Planck. You know? Now, there are some weird interpretations, and I'm going to show you guys that and why they don't really work. But the immeasurable speed being had gotten there in 0 time. Here's the truth. Here's the truth of the matter. The immeasurable speed being, in my case, they both get there in 0 time. Their speed is equal. The immeasurable speed being has one thing that the only thing the immeasurable speed being has is range of motion, because he is a higher dimensional being. There's higher dimensional speeds. But let me delete all of this and give you an example of exactly what I'm talking about. What do I mean by higher dimensional speed? Well, you know, a 3D being can move in X, Y, and a Z axis, right? X, Y, and a Z axis. But a 5D being can move in X, Y, Z, I don't know, freaking D for time. Sorry, I'm messing up here. And then like in one more dimension, P. I'll put P for parallel worlds or probability. So they can move in many different directions. So the level of speed they have is just not measured in the same unit. Infinite immeasurable speed wouldn't even be classified as, it'll be immeasurable, but that's because we don't have any tools to measure it like we do for 3D speed, right? So the way I would look at it is there's immeasurable speed and infinite immeasurable speed. I know this sounds really confusing, but just think of it this way. Is a 4D being infinitely greater than a 3D being, or is it an infinite 4D being that's greater than an infinite than a 3D being? Because if you have an infinite level 3D being, you can't guarantee a 4D being is going to automatically win. Only thing the 4D being has is he's just on an outside perspective. That's it. And of course, dimensions are all different for every fiction. Moms are infinite layers into Boundless and Beyond. What do you mean? Hey, man. Would you ever consider trying to calc Kenshiro's speed from Fist of the Northern Star? Because of my knowledge, people have been having a hard time calcing it. It could be wrong. I would try to look at that, Noah. But yeah, I'll go ahead. Chat seems to be in a different conversation, which is completely fine. I have a question to you, chat. What do you guys think of it so far? Is this making a little bit more sense than the actual video? Because I know there's people who still lean with immeasurable speed being faster. And here's the problem. Immeasurable speed is not the only thing it's not faster per se. It just operates outside of time. To be faster means you have to be able to do more than the lower infinity can do. And the only thing you can do more is just move in different directions of space. Trunks' time machine, it took time, but the time it took for it to get to the other timeline in the perspective, a 3D being is just gonna be like, yo, everything's frozen. So let me give you one more example to kind of help you understand the paradox of what the heck I'm talking about. We're gonna take a fine lady today. We're gonna take this fine lady, right? Okay. We'll go ahead and take her. Now let me ask you this. Let me guys ask you this. What's gonna happen? Chat, I want you to guess. What happens if this girl freezes time? What happens if she freezes time? I'll let you guys answer. What happens if she freezes time? What happens to Whis? What happens to him? Yeah, Goldo could too. This is Esdef. This is Esdef Aris Storm. So if Esdef freezes time, she stops time and Whis just keeps walking like nothing happened. Exactly, Zay. Whis is not affected by time, right? Now, let's get a being who now Whis, nothing happens to Whis. He's just like, oh dear. That's it. But let's get another character. What happens if she freezes time on Joe, who has infinite speed? He can move from point A to point B in absolute 0 time. No time passes at all. So remember, Esdef took time, froze it, but so Esdef, in her perspective, she's moving, and everything to her, she's moving from point A to point B in 0 time for Esdef. But Joe could do the same thing. even in normal time, without freezing it, without time hacks. So the question is Joe going to be frozen in space? So just because you're a higher dimensional being, that don't mean you're going to be, oh, I'm infinitely faster. The only thing, I'll tell you guys this, the only thing a higher dimensional being can do, all right? Let's go ahead and let's show you guys one more time. If this is 3D and this is 4D, right? The only thing a 4D being can do is a 4D being can stand. This is the 4D being, and a 3D being below looks like he's absolutely still. He's not moving. He's not moving at all. So the only thing a 4D being can do is jump to the future to kill this guy in a different point in time. Because the reality is he's not really killing this guy. He don't kill him at all, technically. He just opened up another freaking parallel world. And depending on the fiction, that's what happens. That's why when you say, I'll go back in time and kill Goku, I'm like, you just opened up a parallel world. You didn't actually kill the same Goku. There are an infinite number of different Gokus. So in the same context here. But if this guy is infinite speed, it's like, oh, well, everything appears to be standing still to me. But this guy can go anywhere in the freaking universe in 0 time. So this guy is essentially omnipresent. Because he can occupy every point in space in the entire universe in 0 time. Period. With infinite speed means he can cover infinite distance, meaning he could be at every single point in coordinate within space, longitude, latitude, in between, out, everywhere. This dude's essentially omnipresent. So how do you can't speed blitz it. Even if he's 4D and everything looks frozen to him in the 3D world, everything in 3D looks frozen. This guy ain't going to appear frozen because to this guy, as soon as he hits that infinite speed, by proxy, he already hit inaccessible speed. He has to be. Because his three-dimensional speed behaves like inaccessible speed. The only difference is he's locked in this 3D world. That's the only difference. So again, like when it comes to infinite speed, there are layers to it. There's 3D infinite speed, 4D infinite speed. Because again, remember this, you can have infinite speed in the 3D world, but as soon as you go to the 4D world, if your speed doesn't carry over, you may not make it to the if let me give you an example. If this is a timeline, right? This is the present. This is the past, and this is the future. Exactly, God Goku. He can move everywhere. Exactly. Sonny D, I got my nuts would freeze. These nuts are gonna freeze. But anyway, you guys get the picture. But yeah, bottom line is the only thing a 4D being has an advantage is he can run along this axis of time differently. But here's the thing: if you're 4D, will your infinite 3D speed may not translate to infinite 4D because 4D has 4 different directions now. Now you have another vector. And you got to know, can he run in this opposite direction on this vector and this tesseract or whatever you want to call it? We don't know. So unless you have infinite inaccessible or infinite timeless speed or infinite 4D speed or whatever the heck you want to use a buzzword for, it's going to be the same thing. You're just going to be running along this line. And guess what? Unless you have infinite speed, you'll never hit the infinite point of the future or the 0 part of the past, the negative infinity. You got the negative infinity of the past and the positive infinity of the future, and 0 is the present, the thing you experience. But a 4D being, there is no presence. Whatever the presence is, it's not possible. So you have to have infinite 4D speed. You know who has infinite 4D speed? Uh-huh. You know who does? I'll give you an example. Who do you think has that level of speed? I'll wait. I'll give you a hint. It's in a video game. But one, you got a character. I don't have the screenshot. I wish Roz was here. But you have a character who could run and race to the edge of eternity. The only way you can hit the edge of eternity is if you have infinite 4D speed. So again, like there's different levels of speed. And so it's not all linear like that. That's why I said infinite speed is faster than immeasurable by definition, because immeasurable speed is nothing more but just, oh, I'm on a 5D axis. Well, unless you have infinite immeasurable speed doesn't automatically outweigh infinite speed. It doesn't, because there's a lot of characters who can go outside of space-time and they don't have infinite immeasurable speed at all. They can't be omnipresent like Zamasu. Zamasu is a perfect example. Zamasu has this complex infinite speed because he could be at every point in the macrocosm, every point in a higher dimension of the afterlife. He could be at every point in the neutral zone, and then he can transcend the timeline forward and backwards and then go to different alternative timelines. But he doesn't have infinite speed going to alternative timelines because he would have took over Goku's timeline. So it still took him some form of higher temporal time to get there, wherever that may be, just like DC's hypertime or anything else. You can't use an algorithm based on these theories to only fixate on one part. You got to have a flexible amount of theories because every fiction is going to follow different theories. All right, so guys, let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. I think that concludes that right there. Let's see here. What's the next thing? We got Team Sigma versus Team Iota. We're gonna wait until Roz comes back and then do that one. But let's go ahead and just do a Q&A until Roz comes back. Yeah, let's do Q&A. So where are we at in the stream right now? We're at 35 minutes in. I think that's excellent. 35 minutes in. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do a Q&A. I'll go ahead and try to answer as many questions as I can. I'm going to be using my Paint program to do it. Let's go ahead and bring up each question, and then I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste it, and then we're going to put it on the main stream. So let's go ahead, and I'll go ahead and choose a question by random. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Zamasu equals infinite speed / omnipresence. Exactly. This dude said, try measuring these nuts. All right. If you're omnipresent, that doesn't count as speed. Exactly. I know. If you're omnipresent, it's not an automatic speed feat. But what I'm saying is, in theory, if a person was infinite three-dimensional speed, they could occupy infinite segments of space within zero time. And then it comes into a paradoxical question, like, if I'm moving from point A to point B, will my point A still be there because zero time has passed? How does that even work? Remember, a Planck length isn't the smallest unit of time. It's the smallest measured unit of time. If you're going to stick by that theory, that's fine. But you got to make it very clear that you're utilizing that theory that, we believe Planck length is the smallest. Though that itself doesn't really make any sense because Planck length, for example, 0.1 second. If I go 0.0000000, the uncountable infinity, how many more of these zeros until I get to the absolute zero? It's infinite. So the infinitesimal amount of time, like the true gap between 1 second and 2 seconds, the gap between that is infinitesimal, which just means it can just get infinitely smaller via uncountable infinity. So the absolute essence of zero time does exist. It's just, we ain't got no units to measure it. We don't. And when you start messing with infinity breaks math. Infinity don't care. Infinity divided by 1 billion is still infinity. Nothing changes. If you take the number 10 divided by infinity, now you're trying to divide 10 by infinity. Well, guess what? You have to create it. Now, that's not going to work. 10 don't go into that number. Infinity can't go into the number 10. Infinity can only go into infinity because there has to be something that can equalize it. And at that point, it just equals 1. But even then, it's questionable. Does it really even equal 1? Because infinity minus infinity, is it 0? Or is it still infinity? it just draws a perplexing question on the whole matter. And it's a really thing. It's a really confusing thing at times. Let me go ahead and look at this. Ramiro Tempest versus DBS Goku. What do you think? I'll go ahead and answer that in just a bit. So does this mean Jiren is it infinite speed? Because I think Beerus said that Jiren is the most powerful foe they ever faced. I mean, Jiren has levels of inaccessible speed and infinite burst speed, but he's not truly infinite speed, as in he could just keep moving infinitely all together. ATARi question: if Anos can destroy 99 plus infinite universes, is he that strong? Like, hold on. How strong is that? Oh, I like these questions. Infinite speed just covers an infinite distance in a finite amount of time. I wouldn't say it's 0 time to get there. I mean, we'll think of it this way. Don't lose the doubt. How long does it take infinite speed? If you can move at infinite speed, if you can move infinite miles per hour, and I tell you to run 100 light years, how long does it take you to hit 100 light years? Who says that it has to be finite time? That's under the assertion that time is finite. But as far as anti-time goes and regular time moving forward, the duration of true time is infinite, just as space is. Space-time is infinite. Space itself is infinite, and so is time itself. Who says temporality has to be finite? You have to have a basis for where you're basing that off. Where are you basing that off of? That's the question. So again, that's why it would take 0 time to get there. Because at a level of infinite speed, and what's going to happen? You can't define it. So sometimes it's not even something you can't even define. For example, you move 100 miles per hour, or let's say 100 miles per second. We're solving for seconds. Well, all right, 100 miles per second. Now we're solving for time. And you got to move, let's say, 1,000. Well, how many times is 100 going to 1,000? All right. But we know it's 10 times. And that gives us a perfect 0 number. And then we know the time. So it takes us overall 10 seconds, which is the unit of measurement we're using. But when you start to go into infinities, the whole thing breaks apart. Infinity is a very, very mind-breaking concept. You gotta remember that. Infinity does not care about anything. And that's why mathematicians avoid using infinity as much as they can. That's why there's so much bickering on the Versus Battle Wiki about immeasurable speed, levels of infinity, and even the same thing. That's why I said, is Outerversal really greater than Hyperversal in terms of attack potency? Not necessarily. The only difference they have is particularly hacks at that point. Because the actual raw power they have is kind of, how do you engage that? What are you going to say? They can destroy 5 infinite hyperverses, or he could destroy an infinite number of infinite hyperverses? Like how? But there wouldn't exist an infinite number of infinite hyperverses, because every infinity that infinite hyperverse would have would be contained within themselves. Why would they be 2 separate infinities? The only time you can probably question that is like the Beyonder realm and the Marvel realm, because there's an infinite number of dimensions in the Marvel realm, and in Beyonder's realm can also have his own set of infinite dimensions. But then the question comes down to an infinite dimensional being, dealing with both of those, he could still destroy both of those realms, at the same time. Because the infinite dimensional being is infinite. He's ever ascending. He's forever transcending itself. It's a self-transcending phenomena. Now, Outerversal, the only thing Outerversal does is he doesn't exist, and he's beyond that concept itself. So it's irrelevant whether he's in a dimension or not. But the question is it really, how do we really gauge the power difference? Because when you start dealing with infinities and multiverses, it starts to get very confusing. In fact, that's why you'll see Seth the programmer, I think he said it himself. When you start dealing with things like multiverse and multiverse this, the meta becomes very confusing because everyone has a different take on what multiverse is. Tegmark's definition of multiverse, Michio Kaku, Rob Bryanton, heck, many of them, Stephen Hawking, so many different people are going to have different interpretations of multiverse theory. And whatever versus battle or whatever place is going to base their theories off of, it's always going to be different. So you got to factor that in. There's so much. There's so many factors to consider with that. 0.00001% of infinity is still infinite, since that infinite set is the size, and even a small part of infinity is infinite because it's infinitely growing. Infinite cannot be measured. Thank you, God Goku. Infinity cannot be measured. That's why the truth is, I've given you 0.000% of my power. All right, well, what does that mean? I mean, you're infinite. So, like, what? Like, we don't have the tools. Mankind doesn't have the tools to quantify that. We are just all lovely, debating, discussing base power scalers who are trying to interpret this philosophical phenomena that mathematicians who spent their entire lives trying to break down have not even succeeded in doing. What makes you think we're going to be able to do it, especially with fictitious, science, pseudoscience from other fictions and other mysticisms that follow different rules? A 5D world in DC is imagination, but a 5D world in Dragon Ball is the spirit world. Like, how does that make sense? How do they behave? Archie Sonic has both theories. They have imaginary space, and they have the afterlife with spirituality. And anyway, let's go ahead. Anos with the sword is broken. Yo, when the Discord coming, bro? Hot shot. I still am working on that. People put Kenshin and Himura in versus Zoro because both are swordsmen, but it's clear that the Kenshin series is more realistic. Also, question if Eneru got better without Haki, how does he stack up now in OP? Noah, my answer to that is it all depends if Eneru can actually increase his actual attack potency with his Haki. What will his awakening be? That's the question. Because for those who don't know, rubber has extremely high resistance to electricity and voltage. But the resistance of whatever it is not the same as the actual... that doesn't mean rubber is omnipotent against it. For example, I don't know if you guys heard of Ohm's law, something I actually learned recently from my grandfather-in-law. Ohm's law is how do you find a resistance? Here's the formula. So we got to find the voltage. So we want to find the resistance. So resistance is going to be voltage over current. And current is also known as amps. Right? So you got to find out how many volts did Eneru use and estimate the amps it would have based on the lightning. And then you could find out Luffy's resistance to that. And the thing is, can Eneru add on freaking Haki to all of this and just make Black Lightning and just be that would be really cool if he could, and I would be interested. And yes, there actually is a formula to convert the volts and amps into wattage, which you can convert wattage into joules of energy, which we can actually use to estimate how strong Eneru is and how strong Suzaku is from Yu Yu Hakusho. So I find that really interesting. Let me go know if you guys are interested in it. If you're interested in it, press 5 in the chat. Otherwise, I can continue to move forward. But, yeah. Yeah, ATARi, what do you think about Anos versus Xenogoku? Who would win? Hey, ATARi, I hope you could bring up the chapter 120-22 to Galaxy Strikes Back, putting Namek Saga Free as a dwarf galaxy level from the Spirit Bomb. I might address that, yeah. And Super Saiyan God beat is stronger, and Xenogoku and base. Are you going to do a video on DBS Goku versus Anos? That would be a really good battle. I don't mind. Oh, it looks like there's a lot of people who want to actually see Ohm's law put into play. All right, so guys, who do you want to do? You want to do Suzaku or Eneru? We could do Suzaku from Yu Yu Hakusho. We could do Eneru. What do you want to do? Let's Let's see, dude. Jump Force Goku's broken. Yeah, Anos is not beating Jump Force Goku. You can't use that version of Goku. That's not fair. Hey, Atari H&B should talk about lifting strength inconsistencies. Yeah, Isaac Bell, that's something I would love to talk about. Lifting strength inconsistencies. We can go over that. I think lifting strength inconsistencies have to do so more so with like the idea that lifting something isn't inherently indicative to striking power. Because let me ask you this: who hits harder, Mike Tyson or Rodney Coleman? But who lifts more, Mike Tyson or Rodney Coleman? You know what I'm saying? So again, it comes down to that. You know, because if he hasn't conditioned his body to strike with proper technique and all of that, it's going to be really weird. Vegeta 1,000 tons in the manga. That is something very interesting. Yeah, I could go ahead. I made a short of it, but let's go ahead and talk about it right now. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the difference of what happened with Vegeta later on. So let's go ahead and let me go ahead and I think it's a 50-second mark. We're gonna go ahead 50-second mark. Q&A. All right, let's deal with the question lifting inconsistency. Yeah, let's go ahead and put that. That's gonna be the focus real quick. We'll go ahead and deal with other things later. Yeah, that's the question for now. So yeah, so actually it's Q&A. I don't know why I said QQAA, whatever. Lifting inconsistency. Let's go ahead and begin with lifting inconsistency. So let's talk a little bit about Vegeta. We're gonna be using the manga specifically, but let's talk a little bit about manga Vegeta. I think there's a lot to consider with this guy. So Vegeta claimed that he can handle 300 times Earth's gravity. All right. Here's the thing. That's not too crazy considering Goku had Kaioken times 10 and he already survived. Like, this is weird. The inconsistency is the idea that Vegeta by this point should at least be a power level of 3 million. He has to be. He fought Final Form Frieza decently. I mean, kind of. He was stronger than Third Form Frieza, so he got to be in the millions. But Goku was only 90,000 and survived 100 times gravity? Huh? But Vegeta was struggling with 300 times? So, what's going on with that? The inconsistency is made very precedent in here. If we went by actual mathematics, all you have to do is take the number 3 million and divide it by 90,000. And you'll find out the difference is about 33 times, right? But if Vegeta's 33 times able to live 33 times stronger than Goku, he should be at 3,300 times Earth's gravity. That's when he should be like somewhat struggling like Goku did, or at least even be able to keep up with it. It don't make no sense. And then you factor in Vegeta's about, I think, like 135 pounds. By that logic, Vegeta should be able to lift up 445. Now, he'd be a little bit less than that, but he should be able to lift up a lot. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the inconsistency of Dragon Ball again with this. Let's go ahead and bring this phenomena up. Let's go ahead and delete some of these right here. So let's go ahead and talk about Vegeta. So his base form, 3, could lift up, he could deal with 300 times Earth's gravity. So according to Dr. Brief, he would weigh about 18 tons. Now, honestly, Vegeta would weigh more than that. He's actually roughly 19 tons, but I'll leave it 18 for low ball purposes. We're going to take the low end. So Vegeta's 18 tons, bro. Think of it this way. By the time he hits Super Saiyan, 18 times 50, we all know what that number equals. I think we do. But 18 times 50 is going to roughly be about 900. So Vegeta could deal with 900 tons. Huh? 900 tons? So Vegeta can handle 900 damn tons? When did this happen? All right, so Super Saiyan Vegeta can deal with 900 tons. All right, so I think we need a picture of this Vegeta then, right? So by the time Vegeta here, he could deal with 900 tons. Awesome, cool. Do you guys think Vegeta stayed the same strength? Hell no. Of course he didn't. Why would he? If he didn't stay the same strength, why would he? That don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. I mean, by that logic, I don't know, man. Let's see here. Exactly. Like, Vegeta didn't get weaker. He should be able to handle this. So if Vegeta can handle this, Vegeta is stronger than Super Namek Piccolo. Super Namek Piccolo was stronger than Vegeta. But then Vegeta got stronger than Super Namek Piccolo and Android 18 and Android 18, at least in his regular Super Saiyan 4, then stacked on grade 2. Whatever that was. Like, come on. Be realistic with me. And the fact is, Supreme Kai was scared of Pocus. And if Supreme Kai was scared of Pocus, and Supreme Kai is way stronger than Piccolo, what do you think that means? Buu Saga Vegeta had to get much stronger. So Buu Saga Vegeta should also equal 900 tons. So Buu Saga Vegeta is about equal to his base form in the Buu Saga, because he has to be, given how much stronger he was. He should be able to lift 45,000 tons. As a Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan Buu Saga Vegeta could lift up 45,000 tons. And that would mean Super Saiyan 2 would be like, I don't know, 90,000. And keep in mind, I'm not using grade 4. I'm not using grade 4, grade 2, grade 3, or even grade 5. Well, I guess I am, but I'm not factoring in the actual multipliers. So the true multipliers of those I'm not even using. So imagine if I did. Are you kidding me? Vegeta would be lifting billions of tons by the Buu Saga. So that's too inconsistent right there. And that's something Dragon Ball has been known for. And what we call those are outlier low-end feats. Those are outliers too. They're outliers because it doesn't make sense towards the character's actually capability. It's not even a low-end feat. It's a low-end outlier feat. So anyway, let's move on to the next question. Fun fact, it takes 1 east to the 17th joules of energy to move a ton at 1/10 the speed of light. Yep. Exactly. Super Saiyan 2 Goku split and pulverized a mountain with his bare hands while fighting Kid Buu. Yep, he did. Actually, I got another feat. I got another feat for you guys. You guys remember this? If you remember this in the chat, put 3. Put 3 if you remember this in the chat. If you remember this in the chat, put 3. Heck, you want to see more evidence? Even if he's not lifting it, the amount of power it takes to hold that back and even slow it down is immense. Did you know? I could tell you guys straight up. Did you know how much power and force this has? My gosh, Goku's lifting 5 million, at least 500 trillions of tons. Trillions of freaking tons. Because Namek is way more dense. In fact, it could be quadrillions of tons because Namek is more dense than Earth. Because Namek can survive the Namek is a planet that could survive 3 suns. So remember that. Namek could deal with this. Yet the planet isn't breaking apart. Yo, shout outs to Revolution. Give him a shout out. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel. This guy's awesome. But anyway, like as you guys could see, Namek got 3 sons. So how can you have 3 sons? If Namek isn't being ripped to shreds, if Namek isn't being ripped to absolute shreds, it has to have the density of a star to survive that. It's filler. The G-force to withstand a planet explosion is significantly greater than 100 tons. Exactly. So again, you gotta look at it that way. We got a lot going on here with Dragon Ball, and you still got people who's just gonna be naysayers. It's gonna be naysayers all the time. You know, Goku's arm was. What about? Hold on. Let me show you guys this feat. If you remember this feat, I want you guys to type in 4. Hold up. Who remembers this feat? Huh? Ring any bells? Who remembers this? Literally, he wasn't even at a power level of 90,000 at this point. He's probably like at 40,000 or 50,000. And yet he could stop. He could literally hit with so much force that he could push off the sun, a star that had enough gravity to take out a solar system. Remember, his ship was traveling the universe in 6 days in another sector. Do you know how fast that thing is going? At least billions to trillions of times faster than light. Or at least billions of times faster than light, bare minimum. If you're going a billion times faster than the speed of light, and a star is strong enough to just pull you in, and yet you have a Kamehameha that can just say, nope, I ain't staying here, bye. And then you could just say, nope, not gonna work on me. Then what the heck? Do you know how much force Goku's arms can handle? How many G's? How much power that is? That's over a septillion amount of tons he just dealt with. More than a septillion. You thought Superman bench pressing the earth was impressive? Look what this guy did. Shot his ship at billions of times the speed of light off of a Kamehameha wave. While only at a power level of 50,000? I mean, golly. This dude's moving at like I'm arguing in the octillions. I'm literally arguing in the quadradecillion joules of energy that he needed to even release something like that. Okay, maybe not that much. That's like universal. But again, he released a crazy crap ton amount of force. Goku massively faster than light. Base Goku lift this and throw this in Buu Saga. Yeah. No one talks about Goku punching the big 100% death ball out of Namek orbit, slamming another planet and vaporize it. Exactly. No one does. Goku dodges space rocks in the same scene. Easily, massively faster light before he even lands on him. Exactly, Brendan Jackson. And you can't say it's not an outlier for the anime, because in the anime you have characters who are galaxy level, so it still scales consistently to being far above star level. And far faster than the speed of light, especially when they cross Otherworld. And remember this. There are so many factors. Yo, you back, Andre? Oh, okay. Yeah. And I know you can't talk as much, but what are some of your thoughts on like when Goku blasted a Kamehameha from the sun and somehow that star was able to stop him moving at massively faster than light speeds. Like, that's got to be like a solar system level amount of power.
Like, it's kind of ridiculous. You got a star that can just its own gravitational pull can just pull up the spaceship despite moving at that level of speed.
That doesn't that mean
Like
Goku?
greater than a black hole.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's greater than a black hole. So literally, like, you can argue like anime Goku could deal with like anime Goku had feats hundreds, if not hundreds of thousands. Like, that's like a quasi star level feat, right?
Yeah. Kind of like a star that's made out of black.
Yeah, a quasi star is like a star in the center of a galaxy. In fact, it's probably even greater than that. So the fact that Goku can stop himself from a gravitational pull from that great magnitude, that tells us that Genyu Saga characters for the anime, based on this feat at least, is scaling in the multi-solar system plus levels. It's just kind of ridiculous.
He called himself back from destroying the star.
Mm-hmm. Because I remember after the scene, Goku was like, "Uh-oh." I think he said, "Uh-oh," because he like did a little bit more damage to the star than he intended.
I think he didn't really know his own strength though.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Let's see, ATARi HMB. Don't forget about the love black hole. I think the love black hole is like obviously way greater, and I don't think anyone like would even shrug. I think even Roshi could survive that. Surprisingly, it's kind of
I think
implied.
it just proves how durable Namek really is, you know. But it got stars with that type of gravitational pull.
That means that means Namek has like multi solar system. No, that means Namek has nebula level gravity, which doesn't even make any sense. I mean, not gravity, but like density. Its gravity could still be normal, but the density of material it's made of, it doesn't make any sense for it to survive that without being turned into rubble. Like, the Roche limit has to be like crazy. Yeah, Snake Way is half of the universe, but it's inconsistent because we don't know if there's other Snake Ways for other areas. So maybe Snake Way was the exception. The legend says it's only 1,000,000 kilometers, but we all know Goku can clearly move faster than lightning speed. So based on how long it took Goku, I'm probably going to mid-end scale Snake Way to being at least rather a couple light years away.
Like you're like a Zenkai at this point.
Oh yeah, because he was dead. Is that scene filler? Um, did a normal human like Bulma survive Namek? Bulma could survive Namek because Namek's gravity is normal, but the planet's density is different. Density doesn't always equal gravity for the most part. And you can also argue Namek is extremely large too, so it balances out his gravity.
It was a Frieza scouter thing.
Yeah. Speaking of scouters, I know there's people in the chat who wants to learn about the jewels of energy for Suzaku. So let me go ahead and just take this guy. All right, so I'll do this real quick because I definitely I think there are a couple people in the chat who want to know about this. Let's go ahead and take Suzaku. All right, and we're gonna use Ohm's law on him. So we're gonna also have the chat kind of help us scale him out a little bit. I think a lot of people sleep on Suzaku. Let's go ahead and figure out a couple things. Let's see here. What moment are we on? We're on the 50. We're on the 1 hour and 8 minute mark. Okay, good. 1 hour 8 minute. Yeah, there we go. All right. Yeah, that's gonna be nice. All right, so I'm gonna deal with this guy real quick. Bulma's an absolute genius. She's the Tony Stark of Dragon Ball. So when Suzaku fought Yusuke, a lot of people don't realize he used a thunder-based attack that is stated to turn a regular human to cinders or ashes. Um, and to give you an idea, let's read it. And it says he caught the lightning. Fist of the dark lightning. Dark energy created by combining the powers of lightning with demonic aura. For normal mortals, its merest touch means instant incineration. So you turn into ash if you touch it. You would literally be incinerated. All flesh and everything. So how much power does this actually have because he's amplifying it? Which in Yu Yu Hakusho, we know when you amplify something, you amplify the speed, because we've seen that with Sniper. So the question is, what's the average voltage of lightning? Average voltage of lightning. So that's the question. What's the average voltage of lightning? I'm going to use this. So according to most answers, it's about 300 million volts. So about 300 million volts. All right. So we got to divide that. And then let's see here. Average amp of lightning. Let's see. What's the average amps? A typical lightning flash about 300 million volts and about 30,000 amps. All right. So we're not even going to divide this because we don't need to find out the resistance of spirit energy. We're actually going to multiply, because the formula for watts, this isn't even Ohm's law. So watts is voltage times amps. That's what I learned today as well. Fun fact. So electrical conversion to get watts. So when you multiply these two, we're going to get how many watts it is. So if you take 300 million volts and multiply that by 30,000 amps, you get 9 trillion. Yo, Andre, you hear that? This dude has 9 trillion watts of energy. But the thing is, he likely amplified it. And we know that spiritual-based powers amplify things many-fold in Yu Yu Hakusho, because that's what they imply. So you would multiply that times 5. And so on a bare basic minimum, he would have about 45 trillion watts. Dude, that's freaking crazy. So to convert watts to joules, it's like joules a second. It's kind of difficult to convert watts to joules, but essentially, if you take, let's see, let's go 45 trillion joules to how many? So yeah, So I translated this to the same as joules, because 1 watt is equal to 1 joule per second. And the rough answer we got is about 1.7 kilotons of TNT. I know people probably think it was going to be planet level. No, it's not that great. No. But a kiloton of TNT for AP, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, kilotons. So it's not crazy. But hey, that's still pretty impressive, because with 10 kilotons, it's town level. Low-end town level. So remember when I said Suzaku was building level, I was wrong. He was actually town level. With just 1 attack. And that's a casual attack, though. Because remember, he could amplify that with 7 times himself times 7, and then combine them all into an even greater exponential attack. So, yeah. Yeah, Latina moms with the chancla slaps SSJ Infinity. Of course they do. Atari, bro. I see some Yu Yu Hakusho. Let's go. But damn, 300 million volts. Are you serious? Yeah. Nagfar. Nagfar, I want to tell you something. That's not the actual number. We found out that he actually has more. He more so probably has like over 600 million volts and 60,000 amps. No, I'm sorry, not 600 million. It's probably something even greater than that. Because remember, it's 300. It's everything times 5. So if you take 300 million times 5, you get 1.5 billion. And then you multiply that by the 30,000 amps times 5. So you get 150, you know what I mean? And then you do the math, and you add them together, you'll get about, some stupid crazy number, like 225 trillion, watts. If you do the math prior. Which in that case, if I take this amount of wattage and then I apply it to that formula. Hold on. I might have messed up, but depending on how I apply the formula, I can actually get 53 kilotons, which is almost large town level. Nah, Suzaku ain't beating NL. Not even close. He may have. NL's attacks of lightning won't work on Suzaku, but he'll hit harder. NL's regular punches are probably already large town level or small city. But let's see, Ramiro, Atari, do you know about Dragon Ball AF? Yeah, I do. It's called Dragon Ball After Final, also known as April Fools.
Oh.
Hello.
Yo, welcome back.
All right.
Perfect. So we just got done, Roz, talking about Suzaku's lightning speed. So today, with my grandfather-in-law, I learned how to convert different levels of energy how to take amps. I know how to convert voltage and amps into watts. And based on what he was able to get, depending on how you scale, if you assume Suzaku can do what Yusuke does with a spirit gun, but to lightning with demon energy, and assert that he can make it many-fold times stronger since it's instant incineration for a human, we found out that he has 225 trillion watts of energy.
And okay.
That converts to town level. So when Yusuke got struck by that attack, Yusuke literally just took on an entire town falling on him in the form of electricity and heat.
And at that kind of wattage, that's definitely surpassing the speed of light as well. So yeah, that's as the Flexio guy says, that's a lot of damage.
Oh yeah. So yeah, Suzaku is easily like a town level casually. That's a regular attack for him. The fact that he could turn a regular bolt of lightning and convert it into a town level attack potency is crazy.
Yeah, that is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
I know. But if you take the typical bolt of lightning and then you convert that into the wattage, I think it leads off to about 9 trillion joules, which is about 2 kilotons of TNT IRL in real life. But the thing is, a lot of that gets dispersed from the air because of resistance, and it's not put into the impact of an explosion in the same way, because you have to factor in resistance, and you got to find out the resistance of that particular object. So, like, for example, my resistance is at least 2-point-something ohms. So, like, I can probably handle, I think, like, what was it, like 50 volts or 100 volts or something? But
we can handle like 50 to 100 volts, yeah.
Yeah, or like 1,000. You can even handle 1,000 volts so long as the amps are low. As long as it's less than as long as it's less than 10 milliamps. If it's like 5 amps, you could still survive. But if it's like 10 milliamps and it goes to a vital organ, you're done. And that's just 10 milliamps. Actual lightning has over 30,000 amps. The only reason, it depends if you're ground though. If you're on ground, and depending on the it's so many factors that play into it. Like for example, if your resistance to electricity lessens the more wet you are, because your resistance become more conductive. Luffy probably has an extremely high resistance, so he can't even get burnt from any of that voltage. But the truth is, but in theory, Suzaku has so much voltage in his attack, in theory, Suzaku can probably hurt Luffy. He actually could probably sting him pretty badly, especially because his lightning is spiritual. Of course, he ain't
That is true.
Of course, the problem is if Luffy punches him once,
He's done. He's out. He's out for the count.
yeah. Now, if we're using modern Luffy, he ain't catching him. But if we use like NL Arc Luffy would probably find Suzaku to be a very tough boss. Until, of course, he lands a hit and finds out Suzaku can't take a punch worth crap. Well,
Yeah,
actually, no.
Suzaku's kind of glass.
Yeah, because when Yusuke hit him once, he was already like, damn, this kid hits hard.
Yeah, he's a bit of a glass cannon, honestly. Hits. He can dish out punishment, but he can't take it.
Exactly. Accelerator versus Gojo, Atari. That's a good topic. I can't answer though because I don't know much about Accelerator, but I'm going to assume Accelerator wins because he has more abilities to mess with vectors, and Gojo's not going to really understand how the heck he's getting hit by Accelerator. And Accelerator has dealt with solar system level threats, so yeah, Gojo's Dunyan Ring.
And higher, yeah. Accelerator is like mad broken, especially when you take into like his angel kind of like forms into consideration, where he just keeps getting like amps upon amps upon amps. Like he's mad strong.
Yeah, let's go ahead and answer one more question before we get into the final portion. Let's go ahead and answer the Anos and the Silver Sea mid end. We're gonna go with mid end scaling. We're not gonna highball. We're not gonna wank. We're not gonna no, none of that. We know, you guys know how we are about graphic novel characters. We don't play that. Homie don't play that around these parts. We ain't got time for all this wankage. So,
Exactly.
Yeah. So.
Either I missed most of this, so I can't say much on that one.
Let's see here. So we're at 1 minute and 21 seconds. So we still got some time, but still, I want to be really lenient on this.
Did you say 1 minute and 21 seconds?
1 hour. See, look, man, I'm 4D. All right, I'm 4D. So Anos and the Silver Sea. This is a really good question. We don't wank around here.
Not allowed. Denied.
We don't do that here. Listen, brother, we don't do that here, okay?
Listen, my brother, we don't wink here. We don't wink. We don't like to wink here.
All right, so let's talk about our boy Anos, because honestly, I think Anos is probably one of my favorite visual novel characters, because actually learning a little bit about what he can do. He's not just those typical, I don't know, cutesy anime characters who looks casual and people like put him to these high. No, like Anos is a beast, but he doesn't get ruined. If he's mad strong, he looks cool enough to where you don't care. No, I'm just playing. But like in all reality, like Anos is he's all right. He's all right. He's cool people. He's cool people, especially because they're not trying to over some of the Anos fans that I know of. They don't be trying. They at least try to make sense of it, and I respect the fact that Anos actually has context on what his sword can do. So when they say his sword is universal, you can understand where they're coming from, especially because of the way they word it. The author was trying to make it specifically very arbitrary, where it's like, I'm not saying it's universal, but
there's plenty of clues and implications that are there that you can use.
So let's go ahead and talk about a very, very clean slate, moderate scale of how the Silver Sea really is. Let's read what the author said, how the author describes the Silver Sea officially. Let's go ahead and read that. I think that's going to be very important. All right, so first, let's go ahead and read it here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and read it, and I'm gonna try to visually draw the picture. Okay, so let's go ahead
Uh,
and say this is the Silver Sea. All right, let's begin. So I'm gonna go ahead and read it. I'm gonna let Roz give his interpretation on it, and along with me, and then we'll come together. He says here, I think there are still many people who do not who misunderstand the true meaning of the Silver Sea. Let me go ahead and say this more clear. Here's an easy explanation of the true meaning of the Silver Sea. There are many layers in the Silver Sea. Okay, so let's many. We're gonna do many. We're gonna do 5 layers. All right, 5 for many. Ogres have layers. All right, so
just like onions.
each layer, there are countless bubbles. All right, so he uses the term countless. What does countless mean? Is it an expression? Is it true countlessness? We'll learn that. We'll learn that in just a bit, guys. Pay attention. These are going to be the bubbles. These black dots you're seeing me paint here, these are the bubbles. They're countless bubbles. All right. This is just a visual representation. But then he says, in each layer, and there is an infinite sky in each bubble. Oh, whoa. Wait. So one bubble holds, and we know the term is Mugen no Sora, which we know is infinite sky. In this context, we know he's referring to space. So infinite sky, infinite space by default. It's not poetic writing. It's very clear. Well, semi-poetic, but you get the point.
Just stick to the point, yeah.
Yeah. There, it stretches endlessly with no end. All right, so he wants you, the author wants you to know that each of these bubbles is literally infinite. There ain't no interpretation that can be misunderstood. And when he, and now we use context clues, right, Roz? If he already used infinite here, then he says endless with no end. I'm pretty sure the countless in this context is also in reference to infinity. He just wants to, you don't want to have a run-on where you repeat the same word too many times. So he's using different expressions of infinity. Countless can mean infinity depending on the context, right?
Exactly, it can.
So in this context, based on the way that's worded, that means the layer itself and the amount of bubbles are infinite. So there are infinite amount of bubbles. There's infinite bubbles, all right? So there's infinite bubbles, and each bubble is infinite sky. So that's about, they also have their own timeline based on the actual story. So each bubble is about, let's say, 4D, right?
Yep.
All right. Cool.
Each bubble is its own infinite universe. It's an infinite size universe, essentially.
Yeah, so infinite 4D worlds. Then he says this. Listen to this. And it is where that world's god is located. So each of these bubbles got its own god. Ooh. So here we go. Each god has its own world. And there is a deeper world, the world of the Lord God, or the abyssal world. Oh, so we got a little multiversal structures going on, huh?
That's the macrocosm.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
So it sounds like, just based on what I'm hearing, if you guys in the chat agree that each bubble sounds like a mini macrocosm, type 5 for 5D. Just type 5 if you agree. If you don't agree, you don't gotta say nothing. But to me, based on how it sounds, when you say each world has its own, each god has its own world. He said, and it is where that world's god is located. So each bubble has its own god. But he says each god has its own world. And there's a deeper world, the world of Lord God, or the abyssal world. So, wait, we got deeper worlds inside of worlds? So everyone is agreeing. It's definitely a macrocosm. So we got a low multiverse structure, which means the bubble that contains it, remember the bubble is infinite, but the fact that it can hold separate infinite 4D worlds, then the actual bubble itself has to be 5D, right? Typically speaking. All right. So we got an endless amount of these macrocosms. Then it says, so is the size of each layer infinite? That's the question. The person's like, so is the size of each layer infinite? Now we're talking about the layer. Remember, the layer is not the bubbles. The layer is something else. So let's Anos, my brother, let's move you over a little bit, man. Give us some room. All right, no problem, ATARi. No, I'm playing. All right, so then we have the layers. So I'm gonna just draw a cake because why not? Everyone likes cake. Everybody likes cake. Cakes have layers. I don't care what everybody likes. Oh, come on, Shrek. That wasn't even good as Shrek impression. You sounded like a Russian Shrek. Oh, wait, we shouldn't be talking about them. Anyway, I want to get demonetized.
No, they'll ban you over there in their country, so your videos can't be seen.
Oh, man, well, I don't even care like that. My voice is a little dry. One time I ate some rotten berries and some strong acid eking out of my butt that day. Anyway, let's go ahead and get on to this. Anos Voldigo. Donkey, I'll handle it from here, bro. All right, let's go back to the let's go back into this. So each layer, so they ask him this. So is the size of each layer infinite? Here's what the author says. Yes, each layer of the Silver Sea has infinite size. So that means the layer acts like a mini neutral zone, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so we got a neutral zone right now. But their neutral zone ain't the same. It's one lesser than DBZ, but hey, we got a 6-dimensional layer. That's big.
It's huge, actually. That is like for each layer. Jesus.
All right, so we got an infinite layer. So each layer has infinite. There are 99 layers of the Silver Sea. All right, so we know the Silver Sea goes down to 99 layers. I want to make sure this is getting called on chat. All right, good. 99 layers. All right. Then he says this of the Silver Sea. 99 layers of the Silver Sea already described in this novel. Oh. Matter of fact, there's still many layers deeper than 99 in the Silver Sea. Huh? So what the freak is the number? Anyway,
That could possibly mean that the sea just is endless going further down.
It likely would be in the context that he's giving. So like when you think about it, and remember, the people say it says that's all and remember he says, matter of fact, there are still many layers deeper than 99. Because remember, in unlike Dragon Ball, where heaven you transcend and go up, you go deep in this. Now, each layer is not proven to be infinitely transcendent, but each layer is definitely 6D, right? So if there are an infinite number of layers, the entire makeup of the Silver Sea is 7th dimensional. So if Anos can scale to the Lionel, what's not Lionel? What the heck is that thing's name? The Lion King. I forgot what his freaking name was.
Lionel Richie.
Lionel Richie. I know that Anos is the Eyes of Destruction is scalable beyond the Silver Sea itself. So Anos himself, though he can't control the Eyes of Destruction at peak, is 7D. Generally, on a mid-end, he destroyed one of the bubbles with a single punch, according to Saiyajin Prime. He could correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I believe Anos destroyed one bubble with a single punch. So he's already like, yo, what's up, Battle of Gods, Goku? And Goku's like, oh, finally, somebody who is like at least a challenge for Kid Buu. What'd you say, Andre?
It's casual like that.
Yeah, at least at least somebody is finally casual enough to do what Goku did. So Anos is definitely casual 5D. Casually. And I'd have no doubt Anos can destroy an entire layer based on what he has been able to do. So mid-end, hey, look how I did it. Wow, I actually did the color. I subconsciously did the color codes. The higher end of Anos is that. So I put H for high end. The mid-end, which is green, but is going to be 6D. And the more casual level, like the low end, or I want to put C for casual, is going to be 5D. So I really want to say Anos is 6-dimensional very casually. And the Venos de Noah can erase up to that many dimensions. Though you could argue it doesn't care about spatial dimensions and is kind of a pseudo outerversal force. Kind of like Hakai in a sense. Not that Hakai is outerversal, but like it erases you on pretty much every level. So if you
No, I'm sorry. You said it. You put it together. Hakai is now officially outerversal. ATARi.
God
I'm sorry.
dang it.
You said the O word. Now we got to stick by it.
All right, so everyone, if you guys think that for a mid, we all know that Anos could be ranked, ranked, not wanked, could be ranked to outerversal, but for a very good mid end, like a nice conservative power scale, if you agree that Anos is at least 7D, 6D, and very casual 5D, like easily 5D with like a freaking punch. If you agree that this is more of a very consistent and less wanky level for Anos, and you think you can get around with this, and like I could see that makes a little bit more sense for a conservative Anos. Type 6, no, 6 is the devil's number. Now you know who cares? He's a demon king, whatever. But just type 6 in the chat, and we'll move forward to the team battle. If you don't agree, you don't gotta say anything.
I'm gonna say 7. Hey, wow! Someone really took that 6 thing seriously.
Yeah, God go crazy. You crazy, bro. You crazy, man. Yo, chill, everyone. Yo, Roz, throw the holy water, bro. Throw the holy water.
All right, hang on. All right, I got you. Hang on.
Let
Let me just.
Wait, where's the cross? Do they have a cross? I don't know. I don't think they have a cross.
I don't know. Let me see. Nope, they got crossed fingers though.
Bro, oh my goodness.
Don't worry, I got you.
I'm gonna say 6 or 70. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it makes sense. But like when you think of it on a logical scale, based on the story and the lore, based on how the author's describing it, it could be higher. But from what he's giving us, without overly highballing or asserting, Anos being 7D isn't a bad thing because that's very high. That he's still going to slap 99% of other verses who are who pretty much everyone else ranks to these crazy levels. I would have like Anos is basically above Mixie. I can say.
Pretty much.
I know it's gonna be no Mixie's outerversal.
Listen, sorry, you're forgetting. You don't exactly attract, the Marvel and DC fans, so I think you should be good for right now.
I mean, Andre's a Marvel and DC fan, and I'm a Marvel fan somewhat, so I don't know.
Very fair. Okay, with the exceptions, obviously, here. Between the three of us and whoever's in the chat. But of a broader audience, though. So far, you haven't attracted anyone, so you should be good.
People say Anos is 103D. Oh, because there's many more layers than 99, so they assume many is 5, and they add 5 to... Yeah, I know what you're talking about. He could be 103rd dimensional, but, like, we don't... The author doesn't say specifically... Let me actually put the scan on screen. This statement doesn't actually confirm each layer. God dang it. Hold on. One side of the headphones is dead. Oh, no. I got to buy new headphones. Anyway, the author, as you guys can see, the author doesn't directly say, oh, yeah, each layer infinitely... No. Each layer just has a deeper realm within itself and has its Lord God and many others. It's basically a macrocosm. So that's cool.
Exactly.
But outside of that, based on what we're seeing, it's at least 7-dimensional. Now, here's the thing. The last thing, that's not the highest Anos can go. The freaking Lionel Richie. I'm just joking. One of the final bosses who I think scales, did you know he transcends the Silver Sea?
Seriously?
Yeah. So he would be 8th dimensional. But I would have to ask Sage and Prime a little bit more about him. But he would be 8th dimensional. Jeez. So where do I place Anos? That's why I say I place Anos around Kefla level. Like a mid-end Dragon Ball anime level. I would place Anos around Kefla. Probably even like... Yeah, I'll place him at Kefla level as far as like AP goes. But his hacks, man. His hacks is going to carry him very far in Dragon Ball. Extremely far. Extremely far. You probably might even need a Hakaishin to fight him in that case. Unless you're using the high-end Anos, which... nah. That's too much. But yeah, I think that's a really good place to put him at 60 to 70. Anos is 70 to 8D, still gets bodied by Goku. Sorry about that. He doesn't get bodied, all right? He doesn't need oxygen. He has a lot of Hakai based hacks, and Goku probably can't kill him unless you use Manga Goku. Cuz can Manga Goku erase immortals? I don't know.
I mean, he did kind of erase Zamasu, but it didn't really work out as well as he planned because Zamasu could just multiply apparently.
But Zamasu was afraid that he would get erased. That's why he brought Mai.
Yeah, I think.
So
I
Like
mean,
it.
So I think Goku would erase his body. We just would have had another infinite Zamasu. But plot reasons, Toyotaro's like, nah, I want to do something else. So
yeah.
and for conservative reasons, I don't really like if we're using anime Goku. I don't like to keep it conservative. Let's say Dragon Ball's macrocosm's only 5D. I think that's what SJ Ryu and I kind of came. We said on a mid-end level without assuming the Kaishin realm is really 6D, though it can be. It's kind of up for grabs because the way it behaves. So if you just assume everything is like a consistent 5D dimensionality, that's pretty cool. And then you consider the neutral zone 6D and the timeline 7D. And let's say you don't factor in the Zeno world, Anos would scale to infinite Zamasu, which and probably above, considering it. Well, he can't control the eyes of destruction. So again, it would still show that he would definitely be like up in this. He definitely would be like I want to say in my opinion like a top 5 character in the tournament of power easily, especially with the hacks. This dude would be ridiculous. I think the only people who would even be able to stop him is like God Topo, Vegeta, Goku, and Jiren. I don't think anyone else can actually mess with him at all.
I don't know. 17 was messing with God Topo and Jiren, and he won the tournament. Who knows? Maybe 17 would.
That don't count. He has infinite stamina. That's cheating. Infinite 7th dimensional stamina. Like, nah, get out of here, bro. Bro, I could throw out these complex multiversal attack potency attacks all day, bro. I'm in sick of this guy. Can you explain about the neutral zone in Dragon Ball Super? Isaac Bell, I can kinda. Essentially, the neutral, to keep it short, so we can move on to the next topic. The neutral zone is essentially it's essentially the same thing as the layers. So Dragon Ball, it's kind of like the layer itself. You know how like there's you have the actual macrocosm, you have the different layers. And you know how the layer transcends the bubbles? That's kind of exactly how the neutral zone behaves. The neutral zone is like a layer, right? So for Dragon Ball standards, that's kind of how it behaves.
It's kind of like an all-encompassing layer that houses the universes in a way.
Yeah, and some people say that Zamasu didn't even destroy the neutral zone or take over it, even though he did. But let's say he didn't, and he just only took over Universe 7 and there and here and there. It would still play, even on a lower end scale, Anos would still scale to Goku 6-dimensional wise, because they would both be 6D and casual 5D. So they would still kind of be equal. It's just Anos will have more hacks, but Goku will have a lot of resistant hacks and anti-hacks. You know, anti-hacks, like you could resist. I think that's the official name for it, right? Like if you could resist something, they call a lot of it's anti-hacks or something. I don't know. Anyway,
It's something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so Goku has a lot of anti-hacks, so he could deal with Anos, even because Anos is not going to be that much stronger than him in terms of raw power. Because as long as Goku surpasses Infinite Zamasu, which he does with Super Saiyan Blue, I think he could deal with Anos. And Anos is going to. The only problem is that Anos is more consistently infinite speed than, or more consistently immeasurable speed than Goku is, in a sense of that Goku's going to have to use Kaioken to kind of keep up. That's going to be the problem. You're going to need like the extra dimensional speeds from Ultra Instinct to really do anything else to him. But other than that, I think on a conservative level for both of them, I don't really mean conservative for Dragon Ball, more on a low end for Dragon Ball. It'll be a really close battle, but you know it's going to have a lot of variables that play into the factor. Considering Anos doesn't really need oxygen due to the magic he knows and stuff. whereas Goku
Yeah.
is going to find that more troublesome. Though then again, Dragon Ball Super Anime Goku can breathe without oxygen. I know it's
For a
like,
time, apparently.
yeah, like when Whis like said, I don't know what's wrong with Goku. Like I don't know. Plus, he has gag level resistances in the anime, so I mean, I don't know. Anime Goku got this in the bag. It's still gonna be high difficulty because that's Goku's character, but I don't know. Anyway, Xenogoku absolutely depending. Are we using high end Anos? Because if we're using high end Anos, Anos can definitely give Xenogoku a run for his money. But if we're using mid end Anos, Xenogoku will literally walk in his verse, transform to Super Saiyan 4, and destroy the whole Silver Sea by accident. And Lionel Richie.
My bad.
Welcome back. Yeah, another thing is one thing I do want to say real quick before moving on to the next topic. Roz, do you remember the Edge of Eternity scan?
Yeah, I remember.
There's inaccessible speed, and then there's infinite inaccessible speed, or there's timeless speed, I like to call it, and an infinite timeless speed. And there's people's like, it's just called inaccessible. I'm like, bro, who cares? They're just stupid buzzwords. They're not canon to anything at all. You can call it whatever you want. Complex multiverse, megaversal, whatever the heck you want to call it. I mean, Dragon Ball's Xenogoku could destroy a Xenoverse. Which in some theories, the Xenoverse is like 12th dimensional. So don't get me started on that.
Yeah, holds like infinite histories, infinite realities, and timelines, and all that kinds of crap. Yeah.
All right, so let's go over. Let's move on because, hey, people got work tomorrow, bro, and it's my fault. I should have, but I don't want to rush. I don't want to rush this one. I definitely want to. Yujiro Hanma. Yes, I don't want to rush this Baki. I want to dive in deep. Eat the meat from this conversation. Let's go ahead and dive deep into this topic.
That was the most yaoi fanfiction sounding thing I've ever heard come out of your mouth. ATARi.
Gross.
That was like...
Let's go with more of a Madara than like... Let's go ahead and discuss this. Finally. Let's see who would win the final battle between Madara Uchiha
and Aizen. Sosuke Aizen.
Yeah, exactly. Did you just forget his name, bro? Yeah, I think I forgot his name.
Yeah, I forgot his name.
That'd be so funny. He's like, yo, yeah, I forgot that bro's name.
You've heard hardly everyone refers him by his like first name anyway. It's always just Aizen, so it's easy to forget.
Yeah, because nobody wants to call him Sasuke. Sosuke. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go get me a cup of pomegranate juice. Be right back.
All right.
All right, I'm back. Okay, everyone. Yeah, what you thought that was going to take forever?
Yeah, that was a quick cup of pomegranate juice that you just got. So nice.
Yeah, fortunately, the kitchen's right there. All right, chat. Let's open up the chat again. Anno starts crying right now.
Oh wait, I did not. I tried to accept that.
I don't know why people be trying to think Anos is like this universal being. Nah, I'm just kidding. I understand exactly why. I mean, but again, you got to think within reason. You gotta be reasonable. A lot of fictions need to have a lot of evidence to be universal. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence.
Exactly. Barnacle Horizon.
Same thing with Ramiro, though.
Oh. That'd be
All right.
interesting meetup.
All right, so let's go ahead and begin. So, starting off first and foremost, let me first change this. Sigma versus Iota.
You got the Sigma males versus the Iota males.
Yes, the Sigma males who caught Ligma. Ligma? What's Ligma? Slippy, no.
Ligma. I'm not gonna go there.
Yeah. Family-friendly stream.
Sometimes.
Falco, Ligma boy. All right, guys. All right, so put 1 in the chat if you want Tournament of Power style. Put 2 in the chat if you want Iron Man. But Dark Tournament. Sorry.
I didn't know there's an Iron Man tournament style on Yu Yu Hakusho. Yeah, no version of Ano's Pizza no Goku. All right, so we got 2.
Oh, man.
So that's Dark Tournament. 1 TOP. 2.
Dark. I think 2 is supposed to. I think I
2
said
is Dark Tournament.
Yeah, 2 is Dark Tournament style.
2, 1. So you have 2. We have 2 for TOP. We have, I believe, 3 or 4 for Dark Tournament. Oh, it's tied now. That's 4 for Dark Tournament now, and 3 for TOP.
Wait, that's the wrong song. That's Tournament of Power. Sorry.
It's pretty close, neck and neck, tied again.
Down. All right, so while they're talking about this, I'm gonna go. You talk to them, Roz. I'm gonna go get another refill of that drink. It'll take me like 12 seconds.
Just bring the bottle with you, Jesus.
I bet.
All right, so yep, you're right, Zay. It is tied. It keeps going back and forth between Dark Tournament and TOP. All right, everyone, come on, let's break this tie. Let's see what the overall consensus is. That's another. Okay. Can y'all make up your mind? Good Lord. It keeps going. It keeps tying. Good God. It's still tied, by the way. So that's another one for Dark Tournament. I've lost count now. And another one for TOP. Jesus.
God dang it.
Another one for Dark Tournament. Dang, okay. Now we're all getting that nice ATARi like ASMR of him drinking pomegranate juice.
Well, this time it's cranberry pomegranate.
Oh, cranberry pomegranate. Infinitely 2, so infinite Dark Tournament. Can't vote twice.
All right, we're just gonna do a poll.
Yeah, let's see which one.
Dark Tournament of Power.
You guys are more indecisive than I am when I'm going to like freaking Popeyes or KFC or something.
I know.
We're already at 8 votes. Let's go.
God damn.
9
it.
votes.
Yo, this is gonna be a high battle though. You can't lie though. This is actually a crazy lineup. I know there's people like, but he's not a video. He's a video game character. No, they haven't. He has a movie. Shut up. He's literally a movie. He's literally in an anime. I should have used the anime version of him, right?
Oh, which one, Geese?
Or like use the anime, but use his actual in-game feats.
Oh yeah. Atari microphone solos, all fiction.
There you go. There, anime Geese. There you go. There's anime Geese. Howard. So there he is. He's in an anime. Shut up already. He's an anime character.
He's in a 3D anime and a regular hand-drawn one. So yeah.
So let's go ahead and go back. All right, Dark Tournament.
All right, so Dark Tournament's in the lead.
Because Renegon transcends dimensions. I remember that scan. I remember Sosa talked about it before. We were all dying in the chat when he said that.
Oh boy, people are having flashbacks to the street from the last stream now. All right, so I could confidently say Dark Tournament is the official winner here, Atari. It's at 69%, while TOP is at 31%.
Why is it gotta be 69, bro? Change it. Somebody.
Sorry, but we have spoken. It is now 69.
God dang it, chat. Oh, bro.
No one else vote. Don't change that. Don't add it. Don't add anything else to it. Thank you. Someone took away a vote.
Yeah, dang it. 69. Can't stand you guys.
You're welcome. We love you.
Yeah, lucky number indeed.
All right then. Well,
all right.
Dark Tournament style.
So now we enter the Dark Tournament. All right. All right, hold on. Let me see how many minutes I got left. Cause oh wait,
not a lot.
156. God dang it! All right, so I'm gonna put for real this time.
We're in the end game, boys.
All right, let's go ahead and begin. Today's Dark Tournament, we have several fighters from different series and verses. We have, is it Satoru Gojo Sato? How the hell? What the hell is his? What is his last?
I have no idea. I think is it?
It's an S.
Yeah, Satoru Gojo. I think it is, or Gojo Satoru, something like that.
Satoru Gojo, Bardock, Sosuke Aizen, Geese Howard, and Lord Boros. Follow on Team Mayota. We have Escanor, Madara Uchiha, Ryzen. I know people are gonna say, "Is it Urameshi?" No, shut up. It's not Ryzen Urameshi. Red-haired Shanks and Midora. So let's go ahead and begin. And yes, I know Midora has a last name technically, but anyway. Starting off, we're already going to know immediately that each team is going to have a brain. And I'll tell you this, Team Sigma is going to be Aizen. No doubt. We already know he's going to be the brains. We already knew our brother was going to be the brain of the operation. No, we already knew Aizen was going to be the brain of the operation. Knowing Aizen, he's just going to be like... I don't even know how he sounds anymore in English. 'Cause I haven't seen Bleach in so long. But I know that Aizen is definitely going to be the brains. But we know Team Iota. It's going to be between Shanks and Madara. Midora is also very smart too. But Madara for sure. So I think I would give the brains to Madara. He's a very good tactician.
Agreed.
So we're fighting up against a team of individuals from different universes. This will be intriguing indeed. And apparently we have to work together in some way. Look, I seek nothing but victory. So I'll work with whoever I need to make sure that we have that victory. Based on Escanor's personality, I'm pretty sure Escanor, in his little Luigi state, they're gonna severely underestimate him.
Oh yeah. Everyone underestimates Escanor whenever he's like in his like base form, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Like, Mario. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry, Rod. But it's going to be quite interesting. Ryzen is in his freaking prime. So we already know how he's going to be.
Oh yeah.
So with Ryzen in his prime, it's going to be like, well, this is going to be an interesting battle. Well, he sounds more like Piccolo, right?
Ryzen?
Yeah, he's.
I think he does.
Yeah, it's
been a long
Christopher.
time.
Christopher Sabat who does his voice. Anyway, so yeah,
Christopher Sabat's characters all sound the same except for like Popo and Yamcha. So.
So let's go ahead. We got Shanks. A lot of people sleep on Shanks, but if you see my last stream, we talked about how big One Piece's world are. And Shanks ain't no joke. He's definitely scalable to these guys. For sure.
Oh, yeah.
If you think he isn't, go watch One Piece. You have not seen what these pirates are capable of. Shanks is definitely up there. His mere presence, bro, is crazy. It damages the environment. So, all right, let's see. Then we have Midora, which is hilarious how Midora is all. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about like what these guys can do, what they have done. Let me go ahead and copy this image, bring it into the program, and then we're gonna go ahead and go off of that right there. So I think this will be an easy way to really captivate who will win, who will lose which rounds. And knowing these guys, a lot of them are going to be killing their opponent.
Oh, yeah. Just about all of them are going to kill their opponent.
So this isn't like the last one, all right? This is not like the last one at all. So again, let's go ahead and get started. So starting off with the first team, I'm pretty sure... Looking at this in character, who do you think Aizen would probably put up first, though? I feel like Aizen would probably look at like how they fight, and he'd probably assume just on appearance, like I don't know. He won't see Ryatsu, but he'll definitely be able to feel that Geese is not weak. He'll definitely know.
Yeah, he'll be able to feel like he'll feel Geese's spiritual energy, which would technically be ki or chi, depending on which, translation you go for, because they keep changing it.
And he'll know Boros is not a joke either.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, he'd be able to tell that essentially all of his teammates aren't exactly jokes, so
yeah.
It's more or less. I think it'd be more or less if anyone would step up first, it'd probably be Bardock because Bardock is a Saiyan and he wants a good fight. So
yeah, I think Bardock would definitely be the one to go first. Andre, what do you think of that?
Yeah, it's likely Bardock then.
Yeah, so if it's Bardock, and who do you think Bardock would be up against fighting first, though? Like, because who would Madara send in? Because I know Madara himself would be trying to think this through, because he would know that they're strong. He's got good prowess, especially with his Rinnegan.
Let's see.
They're not gonna. I know Ryzen would definitely want to go in, but it would either be between Ryzen or Escanor. I would assume Escanor would go in because of the time of day.
Yeah, I think it would be a good balance between either Escanor or Ryzen. So,
yeah.
it would just be like who would step in like immediately first.
Yeah,
Escanor is a lot more haughty and prideful. It's more like if you challenge him, he'll come up. If he does feel stronger than you,
yeah.
I feel like Ryzen would just jump right on in.
Yeah. Ryzen would probably jump in. I feel like Ryzen would jump in, but I can kind of imagine Escanor saying, "No, I'll go." And it's like, are you sure? And then when he transforms, he's gonna be like, oh, okay, be my guest. They'll be like, all right, because remember they have 3 days prep, so they would understand each other's powers to some degree. And Escanor would know what time of day it is because usually a dark tournament usually begins in the afternoon most of the time. So I would assume their match would begin around the afternoon at Escanor's peak, which is going to be very important for this battle. Now, the combatants are Escanor versus Bardock. And here's the thing. How do you really think this battle's going to turn out? Like, all right, so beginning with Escanor, we all know he scales somewhat to the, after Miel gave him his amp. This dude is an absolute beast. So,
Yeah.
while we're discussing, I'm going to be drawing out the characters fighting to a degree. Just to kind of make it a little bit more interesting for the chat. So what do you guys think so far?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure the chat's more or less focused on trying to get you to like 1 billion subs right now. So,
Yo, I appreciate it, chat.
I think chat kind of lost focus for a second here. Chat, come back, come back. And now we're back to 69. No, focus matchup time, guys. Come on.
So based on what I'm seeing here, I'm really going to be guessing that Bardock is definitely going to go in pretty hardcore.
Yeah. If Esnor gives him, if Esnor tells him like to go all out, then Bar's gonna go all out.
Don't hold anything back. Is that something he would say?
Yeah, he would be like, Esnor would be in character would tell him like to hit him with everything he's got because let's be honest, Escanor is the sin of pride. So he would be like, oh, I already know I'm stronger than you, so hit me as hard as you can. Let's see what damage you can do.
Yeah, and you know what I can already imagine? Oh
What?
man. I think I got a good idea of what I'm gonna draw. So like based on what we're gonna see in the battle, like we're gonna see a lot that's going on, and you can already tell that when these two fight, Escanor letting Bardock punch him is a big mistake. Because Escanor has fought many people, but even though he'll be alive, we know he will. But do you honestly think he'll be ready for it? Like what would you say Bardock's AP is? Like, because remember we're using Dragon Ball Super, so we have to.
Yeah, I think not like
Was that Andre?
type from gas. You likely had a main type boost from fighting gas.
That's true.
He was
He did eat like a raged out gas. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was back in the past. I don't know how strong Bardock would have been.
Well, we could probably still at least right now apply the fact that Bardock when he died had at least a power level of 10,000, which is around King Vegeta level, and if hit Broly level, if he go off of like classic Dragon Ball Z. We don't know about Dragon Ball Super Broly when he was a baby, but if we give him a power level of like 10,000 still, he would still be in like that multi-planet star level range that King Vegeta was into.
Yeah.
So,
And that's consistent with the lore. At least super large planet level.
yeah. So I don't know. Frankly, I know that there are arguments where people can place Escanor, star level and stuff like that. And I think that's maybe because like he's empowered by the sun and his cruel sun technique where he literally spawns the sun and throws it at you.
Right.
But
And
what was that, Andre?
Bardock, the artificial moon there. So
Yeah.
if you just put him at star level, then have Bardock make an artificial moon.
Yeah, Bardock's grade 8 form. If you've seen the rules, Bardock is allowed to use that too, and that is definitely going to shoot Bardock in the same range. But the thing is, I think just like based on the base assets of their fight, Escanor isn't going to just pop stars in base like Dragon Ball characters do.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like in this case, I feel like Bardock would definitely have like a speed advantage in a way, because I mean he is. Well, actually, I can't even say that really about at least DBS Bardock. But power level 10,000 and stuff like that, that does apply to speed as well. He would be pretty freaking fast.
He would
So
definitely be beyond light speed, or at
yeah,
least roughly in that area.
because Raditz had like a power level of what, like 1,200, and he was like at least relativistic. So
Or at least he had to be very. He Barb would definitely be based on the moon level feat.
yeah, so Bardock would at least have to be at least speed of light, faster than light at least. You know, low ball to like relativistic or something like that. But um,
Yeah, Zay brought up a good point. He said he'll be at least 10 a power level of 100k.
yeah.
So, like based on that alone, that first punch. What do you guys think about that first punch? Is that first punch really going to do to Escanor?
It might rock him a bit, catch him by
I think it's
surprise.
really hard enough.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be like, that typical anime shock factor. Bakana. And then he'll feel himself bleeding. He won't be out, but he'll definitely be like, I better not underestimate this guy. This guy's no freaking joke. It'll
Yeah,
definitely.
that is. Hmm.
So
I
chat.
don't know. I'd say I would give it to For me personally, before I go chat, I think I'll give it to Bardock. Honestly,
Oh, I was going to ask chat what do they think of this picture. If you think this picture is even though I'm rushing the draw, do you guys if chat thinks this picture is fire, just put a fire in the chat right now. If you think the picture is I'm not even going to ask that. We ain't about them negative vibes.
to be fair, someone did just say Atari's drawing skills do be better than season 3 of the Seven Deadly Sins.
It's really that bad.
I mean, y'all can see I ain't tracing. I promise you I'm not.
And to answer your question, Andre, apparently, according to the fan base and a whole lot of others, the third season of Seven Deadly Sins was god awful, like animation wise and art wise. So I haven't seen it for myself, so I can't really say.
Oh man, it is as bad as the first fight we got from Pierce from King Pipeline.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. Like so who would you say like who would win the battle ultimately like when it would start kicking off? Cuz like I don't think Escanor has the speed advantage.
Like Escanor is fast, but I definitely can't say he would be at like Bardock's level, especially, once Bardock goes. I mean, Bardock does kind of slow down when he goes grade 8, but that power difference will be too huge. So I feel like if he does push Bardock to grade 8, Bardock takes it easily. Well, not easily, but it'd be mid to high difficulty.
Yeah.
There might be like a power cleave.
Wait, what was that, Andre?
Yeah, what was that?
Like there might be like a power boost in that fight. It just starts like getting stronger as the fight progresses.
Oh shoot.
It's a possibility.
Oh yeah.
Here comes Dragon Ball
true.
characters and they're cheating. I'm just kidding.
Well, the thing is, that also applies to Escanor because Escanor gets stronger as the battle goes on, as long as the sun is out. So it's because the
Maybe
one
that's
being something like that.
Bro, I thought the chat was calling my picture trash, but then I realized it was talking about the other season.
But yeah, no. I say if Bardock gets pushed to grade 8, he wins before Escanor could catch up.
And Escanor's pride is going to be the downfall of him. Definitely. Escanor's pride is going to be the downfall of him. And knowing Madara will say he's pathetic. Even though Madara himself doesn't realize how strong he probably is.
Yeah.
You know how Madara is.
What about you, Andre? What's your verdict?
Like it'll be like a back and forth fight. until Bardock just uses the artificial move as a last resort.
Yeah. So on the kind of like the same idea that I had. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you seeing the picture, by the way?
Yeah, I see the picture. You just like
Sorry, I'm
Bardock
drunk. I'm drunk.
fisting Escanor. Like, it's actually a really good Escanor, though. Like, holy crap.
Oh, thanks. I tried my best. I have not drawn Escanor before.
Going off of memory in that picture, that actually looks good.
Gee, thanks, I guess. I don't know. No, I'm playing. I think he has like a rip shirt. I don't know, something like that. And
J Big Boy, Bardock can get the moon because he can create an artificial moon more than likely, just like, Vegeta could, King Vegeta, and all the others. So...
So, all right. So it would be very clear that the victory in this match, round 1, goes to Bardock. Where would Bardock be? He would be pretty tired.
Yeah, he'd be exhausted.
So Escanor would be out of the picture.
What
What happened?
Oh, Andre, what was that?
I'm saying, like, would he still be in his Ozaru form, or did someone just blew it up or something?
I don't know. He probably would still be in his Ozaru form. We'll have to cut to filler and have somebody snap him into his senses.
Well, if I remember correctly, actually no. Bardock has control. Bardock's Dragon Ball Super has better control over his Ozaru form compared to like his Dragon Ball Z incarnate. Because remember, like he watched like Granola run away, and he decided, and he followed him and changed himself back to kind of like help him out. So
the chat is right. Zay is right. Bardock's going to get a Zenkai after this battle. That's the worst part, bro. And he's still in the tournament. Holy crap. Oh, man. Do you think Bardock will sit that one out? I think Shanks will probably say, okay, I'll go at it next. And who do you think will come? I think Gojo will probably be. I don't know. Actually, once Madara would find Escanor pitiful, I think Gojo would probably go in next to kind of mess around. But because Gojo
would go in there to troll a bit, yeah.
Gojo would be a bad matchup for Shanks too. That's the crazy thing, or at least somewhat bad. So who do you think would they send in there? Gojo would be a really bad matchup for a lot of characters. So Madara would probably sense spatial distortions with his Rinnegan because he can see souls, right?
Yeah.
And
the Rinnegan can interact with souls and stuff like that, yeah.
And Madara would probably say, have any of you guys had any experience fighting soul manipulative beings or something like that? I'm pretty sure Midori's responding in the same deep voice. It doesn't matter. They're all fodder to me.
Then I guess Midori would be the one to go up there to him.
Nah, bro. Are you sure you want Midori? Because I don't know what I don't know. Would it be Midora or would it be Madara? Like Madara would be Midora or Madara? Because I feel like Madara would be like, I'll handle this. Because I feel like Madara would be the one to finally just say no. After that loss, I need to get us back on the map.
I mean, to be fair, Gojo also kind of has like special eyes of his own, kind of. So if Madara saw that or at least picked up on it, he'd probably want to test, his own eyes out against like Gojo and his abilities. So it is a possibility.
Yeah, Zenkai's are cheats, bro. So all right, so chat, we're gonna have Madara versus Gojo. So let's go ahead and begin this battle. Okay. So this battle is going to be so freaking weird.
It really is. Because there's really no one on Team Iota who has like a proper counter to Gojo, essentially. Except
Midora and Madara have really good counters. Midora definitely does. Oh my gosh! But there's a reason I was like, I don't know. For plot purposes, let's just put a Madara in there because if Midora goes in.
Yeah. And then what about you, Andre? What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say it's like modern with the 10 tails or competent.
Oh yeah, Ten Tails with the Limbo clones and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, Madara is going to have. Didn't I put Edo Madara? I think I did.
I can double check.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, Madara can use SOP. Damn. Why'd I do that?
Oh well, in that case, yeah, you you kind of then you did then, yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I done goofed. I done goofed, man. I done made this guy stupid now. Yeah, so
All right.
this is exactly what I like. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what you think's gonna happen. Don't get me wrong, Gojo's an amazing character, but he be getting overrated sometimes, bro. He be getting overrated. Let's say this: if he puts Madara in the Limitless, does Madara have a counter for that? Can Madara handle a multitude of stimuli?
Probably not. If I'm 100% honest, especially if we're using a live Madara, probably not. That'll probably be a whole different experience for him. But then again, he can just kind of use Kamui to probably like teleport himself out of it. So,
Oh shoot! Damn, he could.
but personally, no, he definitely wouldn't be able to kind of like deal with that. Especially since if we're using Sage of Six Paths Madara, which should include the fact that he'd be essentially the tin-tailed like Jinchuriki.
Mm-hmm.
You can't really kill him because he gains like a level of immortality essentially. So any critical injury he takes, he can just heal from it. That's why he's able to survive getting like half of his body blown apart by Might Guy. And just recovers like, "You almost killed me, you know
Question:
phrase that he used." But yeah,
doesn't Madara's Renengan have the? I don't think Gojo has complete soul resistance. Like I know he. No, actually he does. He does. He does. He does.
he does have soul resistance.
Yeah.
There are certain curses that attack the soul directly or can like destroy the soul essentially. So, and Gojo knows how to counter that. So yeah, he does kind of have soul resistance.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. I think Madara might win. I actually think Madara would win. They said Madara doesn't have Kamui. So what does Madara have? Because I knew he could teleport. He has Limbo clones. But I feel like Gojo will be able to see them.
Oh, was that Andre?
Storm games, or he can just rewind time or something.
Yeah, it is. It is confirmed, and at least one of the store games is canon to the anime that he can rewind time with his Renegon, if I remember correctly. So yeah.
Oh,
So yeah, in theory, he could do that. Yeah.
Oh damn. Well, that's definitely going to be really bad. The problem is going to be like Gojo. How is he going to deal with Sage of Six Paths? That's the question.
If I recall,
And I'm pretty sure Madara's faster than Gojo.
Andre was saying something. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who was that?
if I recall, you need either like high levels of physical force or just need an sage for a gym.
I believe so.
I
Yeah.
always thought his level that. I
Exactly.
don't think I've seen anybody other than Guy that just use like physical force.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
on his exact level.
Yeah, you had to rely on like taijutsu essentially to kind of like even really fight Madara because he could just absorb, ninjutsu or chakra.
Exactly.
So that is a good point.
Exactly. And thank you. I appreciate
I
it.
wasn't sure if like long range attacks would work on him now.
Yeah. I mean, I
But
don't,
that's
I don't
the
know.
only concern about it.
I don't know, but then that brings up the argument: is can Madara absorb cursed energy? Because
No, I don't think
that would be interesting.
I mean, actually, I don't know. It's weird because like it all comes down to how you break it down.
Like, I don't know. Um, I actually wonder if he can even survive, like, Gojo's like hollow purple attack, because that attack essentially just kind of like instantly destroys and erases anything in its path. So
Yeah, it's on an atomic level.
yeah, so
But
that would be.
but it's still questionable because Madara has limbo clones, and Madara would not run into an attack when he Madara's not an idiot.
He's not an idiot, but he is battle hungry and he is prideful. Like he wants to fight strong opponents and he wants to get hit with their best attacks. So I don't know. I don't know. He is. He also has to worry about the kind of like the infinity that Gojo has as well. So
Is this like still Edo Tensei?
Yeah, this is Edo Tensei Madara because he's the only one I'm gonna give Sage the Six Paths to.
Can he like infinitely use the Izunami and just keep responding somewhere?
he could use Izanami or Izanagi. Which one's one that allowed him to bring us back to life?
I keep confusing that.
Well, I think it was Izanagi that allowed him to bring himself back to life, essentially, kind of like rewrite reality to bring himself back to life. So theoretically he could like spam that, but I'm pretty sure in the end Gojo would catch on to that as well because Gojo himself isn't an idiot.
Yeah, not at all. Not even close. Gojo immediately know what's going on.
I don't know. This one can really go either way, depending on how you look at it. If there's like AP, Madara has the advantage. Obviously, I mean this mega drop freaking like country to like continent-sized meteors down on top of you. So
yeah, and Gojo's gonna be like, "What the fudge? This guy's insane." He's gonna smile though. Gojo's gonna be like, "This guy's insane," while smiling. And he'll destroy the meteor easily, but because he could just deatomize it. But he's definitely still gonna be like, "This ain't gonna be easy."
Yeah. I would say I'll give it to like.
I'd probably give it to Madara though, still only because Madara's like has better AOE attacks that can, and I don't really know if the main key is like does Gojo catch him with Infinity, and the thing is, it's like the moment Madara tries to attack him, Madara is not. And ninjas in Naruto always start off with freaking kunai. They always start off with long range attacks. Madara is going to start off with close quarters combat, but he's going to notice my attacks aren't touching him.
Exactly.
All right, so let's test something, and he's gonna immediately throw a kunai and notice the kunai don't touch him. That's the problem. Gojo's going to expose himself by doing that because then Madara's gonna know. Oh, okay, so nothing will make contact with him, and it continuously slows down. Madara is a very, very smart. That's why they're always comparing Aizen and Madara's intelligence. Like Madara's prideful more than Aizen. Aizen's more humble, but. Kinda, but
yeah, sure.
But like Madara's not an idiot. He's going to immediately pick up all right, so my kunai aren't approaching him, and then what is Madara going to do right after? He's going to try something else, like all right, fire style, dragon flame jutsu or something. That ain't gonna work. He's going to notice the fire slows down in front of Gojo. It's just a big wall of fire, and he's going to be like, "Oh, I see. So you're dealing with interdimensional shields. Well, two can play at that game." And then he's going to send a limbo clone. And I'm pretty sure a limbo clone can stab Gojo because they don't operate in the same plane of existence. So then Gojo's going to just get stabbed behind the back. And I can imagine like the picture I'm drawing right now, as you can see with Gojo with the blood in his mouth. The picture I have right here is, as you can see, if you look on this on the chat, you can see the picture I'm doing. Is a psyched out limbo clone Madara just kind of grinning here.
Oh my god.
Now chat, if you think this is accurate to what would happen, like Madara will figure out about that, and because Madara is a safe fighter at the same time, depending if he's using the SOP, but he wouldn't probably. But the limbo clone, the moment he notices he can't approach him any further. Chat, do you think this is if you think this is accurate, type 9. Put a 9 in the chat if you think Madara is going to find a way. And this is a very anime-esque type of thing that would happen. Like, oh, all of a sudden Madara pops up behind him and just stabs him. He's gonna be like, what? He made it past the infinity or the limitless. How did he? The limbo clones act on a separate plane of reality. This looks like such a. I can't use that word, but his face is definitely not. Oh, his face is hilarious.
Yeah, that's a very non-friendly face that you got going on there.
But that's definitely accurate to what would probably happen. I mean, don't get me wrong. This is not the end-all, be-all. This is just in character. This is how the battle would turn out. If it's bloodlusted Gojo, Madara might not win because Gojo would immediately not even try to show off or anything. He immediately wouldn't drop his guard. If Gojo had intel, Madara has too many tricks up its sleeve. And don't get me wrong, Gojo have seen him before, but how would Gojo even know what a limbo clone is?
Exactly.
They're not even on the same plane of existence. The only person who would even detect it is probably Aizen. Bardock would sense the key. I mean, no, can Bardock sense key? I don't think he can. I don't know. I think he can.
The Scouter could, yeah, but Bardock himself, no.
So the Scouter would probably pick up on that extra dimensional key, like picking up a key signature from this guy, but it's not even. But there's nobody there. So Bardock would use that. Bardock would notice. I mean, I don't know. Do you guys think Bardock would shout him like, "Gojo, watch out"? But I feel like it'll be very anime. It'll be very shonen. Dude, I can imagine like him saying, "Gojo, watch out," and then Gojo's already stabbed by the limbo clone.
Honestly, if I remember correctly, and I'm pretty sure people in the chat have read the manga, so they probably know. If I remember correctly, Gojo as a kid could pick up on someone who was hiding the entirety of their existence, like on another plane. I think so. I don't know. Like he could look at them directly and see them, while no one else could even feel their presence. Let them see him. So,
oh, this dude's broken.
I can't remember. Like someone in the chat could probably correct me, but yeah, Gojo can pick up on things that pick up on it, essentially like erased presences and all that other kind of stuff. So if you could try like hide yourself, and he'll pick you up.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Though it would be probably difficult, since considering how limbo clones are really powerful and fast and deceptive.
Yeah. So
that's the hard part. But he probably could. I don't 100% remember, but it's possible.
I don't know, but in this case, I'd give it to like Madara, but extremely high difficulty though.
Yeah, Madara is not good. That's why I have these battle scars on Madara. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Madara's banged up, bro. He's banged up. He's seen better days. He would definitely acknowledge Gojo as a strong fighter though. You're like he'll be smart. He'll be happy though. Definitely he'll love that battle. But Gojo probably that wound wouldn't kill Gojo. I don't think it would. He'd probably knock him out, put him out of commission. But
oh yeah.
All right. So the winner is So our winner today is Mother Uchiha. So Gojo is out. Madara wins that battle. All right. So next up, what we're gonna have next?
So we have Aizen, Boros, and Geese essentially for Team Sigma, and we now have
Boros is definitely gonna want a piece of the cake. He's like, finally, some strong opponents. Madara is going to be resting. He'll say, the damage I took was too great. I underestimated him, and he's gonna have to rest up. So obviously, Shanks would probably say, I'll have a go at it, but Ryzen would probably say, no, I'll go at it. It's like, no, I insist, please. No, please. And then it'll probably be a Janken. I'm pretty sure characters like that are going to play Janken.
Okay, let's just say Ryzen versus Boros.
Oh, shoot. God damn. Okay, guys. Ryzen versus Boros. All right, so
Unless you have something else in mind,
Nope.
which I will not stop you.
Prime Ryzen. Prime Ribs Ryzen versus Boros. Prime freaking Ryzen versus Boros. Ryzen, here's the thing a lot of people don't understand about Ryzen. Boros is going to immediately power up. But then when Ryzen powers up, Boros is going to get slammed into the wall by his aura alone. I'm sorry, chat. Blame Roz. He did this to your boy. Ryzen is going to literally boom. And thank you guys. Thank you for the compliments on the drawing. Ryzen's going to power up, right? And do you know exactly what's going to happen? Oh my goodness. It's gonna be a freaking cakewalk. I'm sorry, bro. Like, here's what's gonna happen. Ryzen's gonna power up, right? And the first thing that's going to happen is Ryzen is going to grab Boros from his freaking neck. Then he's going to laugh at him and say the same thing Yusuke said when he took over Yusuke's body. Because Ryzen, in his prime, he doesn't like to be opposed. He is extremely violent, extremely straight to the point. He's literally Yujiro Hanma in that sense. So Ryzen is immediately, I can even imagine his line. Do you still think that challenging me is some great opportunity for you? The moment Sensui even thought he stood a chance, Ryzen wanted him to beg for mercy. And that's a hungry Ryzen, just helping his son amplify his strength. He thought his son he's like, you have no idea how to use my powers, yet they should go to shame to be a waste on a weakling like you. Bro, he called Yusuke a freaking weakling. He literally thought Sensui was trash. Like, how you lose to this trash human? He sucks. It's like if Beerus came while Goku was fighting Frieza. It was like, how are you losing to such a weakling, bro? You suck. Like, I think Ryzen has elf ears, right? Pretty sure he does.
I think so.
Yeah. So, guys in the chat, do y'all agree that Ryzen is? I'm starting to think, like, if Boros had a certain matchup, like against Shanks, he'd be doing good. But no, he had to fight freaking Ryzen. But boy, Boros is star level. I'm like, bro, I don't care. This is
fair, even with Shanks still technically scales at a higher scale than Boros does. So, and he has more hacks.
Yeah.
So pretty much any person that you put Boros up against, Midora, Shanks, or Ryzen, he probably would have lost that battle regardless. His main hack is region.
Yeah. His best bet would have been Escanor. But Escanor already fought.
Yeah, so any of the three that you put Boros up against was more likely a losing match.
Like Yamcha up too.
Did you say Yamcha, Andre? I'm sorry, but Yamcha could body Boros. Yamcha fought Moro Jones. What was that?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, seem like he's like the Yamcha of the team.
Oh, he's the Yamcha of the team. Yeah, I mean, yeah, essentially.
Yo, don't do my boy Boros like that, bro.
Hey, hang on, I gotta do it to him. I gotta do it to him. Let's see, where is it? There we go.
Damn.
Oh, come on, here we go. That's all right. Look in the chat. Look in Discord. You too, Andre.
Oh, my wife, Chi-Chi's gonna kill me. All right, but yeah, that this is I don't even know, man.
Like putting basement from the deer.
Oh god. Okay, so yeah, Boros just dies.
Yeah, Boros gets freaking manhandled. Like, it's if it was regular Ryzen, then Boros would actually make this a really tough fight. But this is prime Ryzen. I don't.
I'm ribs rising.
Yeah, like it's prime, the same prime Ryzen who could solo all of his friends, including including Yomi, who with proper interpretation is star level. No, he would think Yomi is a freaking weakling.
Oh man.
Oh man, this is crazy. I'm not even drawing the picture. Look at his body. His body it looks like a Teletubby, bro. I'm laughing so hard. That's why I couldn't draw this accurately. Ryzen absolutely clicks his neck. Nah, I'm not even gonna finish this picture, bro. This is over. Oh man, Boros, poor Boros. And you know, the thing is, I'm pretty sure like Bardock would say, but that guy was pretty strong. Who the hell is this Ryzen guy? And Bardock's scouter would immediately pick up on Ryzen's power, and it probably would break. Because it would definitely... Because, Andre, didn't we all agree, like, Ryzen would definitely be, like... Prime Ryzen would be, like, a first form Frieza level?
Yeah.
Yeah, at least first form freezing level.
Yeah, so the scouter would probably break right there. Because it's an old model, too. So it would be like... And then Bardock even Bardock would probably be pretty shook. Like, what the hell? So,
yeah, but you know who wouldn't be shook by that?
Geese.
Yeah, Geese would look at him and be like, "Ooh, okay."
You're like, I expect. He's like, at least I need someone who can do that to that weakling. And Bardock's like, weakling. He had like a power level of over 10,000. He probably would say Boros had a power level over 30,000. How is he calling him weak? Because Boros would be at least star level, and I think we established star level would be like in the 35,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
Or at least 50K. So he would be like, what? So
Yeah, nah. Geese would low key look at what Ryzen did, and just kind of point at him and just essentially be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna."
Yeah, beyond
you
birthday.
stick around.
Namek Saga. All right, so Ryzen would be like, I'm feeling pretty strong. Who's the next one? And then Aizen would. I feel like Aizen would want to step in at that point. Then Aizen would probably step in and say, this guy is way strong. He's far stronger than anyone else who's went up so far. And then he'd probably try to put Ryzen under hypnosis. And that would be the end of Ryzen. Not because he outpowered him, but because Ryzen would get traumatized by his loved one. That human lady he loved. And I don't know.
Yep.
Chat, correct me if I'm wrong. Can Ryzen like screw around with your memories? I don't remember if he could, but I'm pretty sure he did something.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring this up. Like, he made one of the captains like he put everyone in an illusion and made essentially one of the captains, or at least I forgot what his name is, like Toshiro and all. When he went and like stabbed Aizen, it turns out it was actually like a girl that he had a crush on, stuff like that. So he could do anything to your memories, essentially, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and that's going to be the problem. And the moment Midora would kind of recognize that, I'm pretty sure. Shanks has observational hockey, so he would immediately see, oh my goodness, Ryzen. He's like, Ryzen, you're going to lose this one. Step down. And then Ryzen would be, of course, irritated. And Unfortunately, Ryzen wouldn't have the opportunity to unleash his power. So Aizen's hacks would pretty much win that battle. So I don't even need to demonstrate it. Aizen would lose that match. I mean, Ryzen would lose that match, not because of bloodlust, but because he's in character. And Aizen is the cheater. Now, we move on to having, who we have left? We have Bardock, Aizen, and Geese. And then we have Madara, Shanks, and Midora. Shanks would step in, and this is where the battle would get really intense. Now, I don't really actually know the answer to this because Shanks versus Madara, we don't even know what Shanks can really do.
Hey, Shanks versus Madara, they're on the same team.
I mean, not Madara, Aizen.
I'm gonna say, hang on a second. Is he turning on him? He's like, oh yeah, I see we're about to lose this battle. Let me just turn on you real quick.
He's like, And Shanks would say, I know you're using some type of hypnosis spell, but that won't work on me. I can see exactly what you're going to do.
Well, the problem with that is that, the moment you look at, like, Aizen, he can essentially put you under hypnosis. He doesn't have to, like, show his sword or anything like that. So that's kind of like the problem here.
Oh, okay.
Because that's what he did to Yewok while he was sealed in the Mugen. Like, all Yewok did was just, like, look at him, and he was immediately put under, an illusion.
Yeah, so in this case of this battle, how do you think the outcome would be? Because how does this work with Shanks? Shanks could see the future. Just Shanks would probably be wondering, like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, Shanks' like ability would be distorted because that's happened to U-Haul, because we know what U-Haul can do. And even U-Haul, who could see the future and all those kinds of things, he could even counteract that. No illusion. So the same thing would happen to Shanks, essentially. He'd be able to see the future, be like, okay, this is what's going to happen, all those kind of things, go in and fight, but then he'll probably be fighting nothing but thin air. And then wondering why things going way too easy for him, or, what's going on, and then boom, Aizen just stab him from behind, stuff like that, and he wouldn't be prepared for it, because he was under an illusion that whole time. So it's kind of...
Yeah.
It's kind of unfair.
Yeah, Aizen is just going to screw around with Shanks. You could see it.
Also, Buddy Biggs, answer your question. U-Haul or Yewok, whatever you want to call him, was blatantly much, much, much stronger than, Aizen and Ichigo, and yet he could still be put under an illusion. So that is kind of null and void in a way.
Yeah, let me. I'm gonna still draw a badass picture though, if I can.
Was it Andre?
Well, I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. I thought you were trying to like say something. Give your thoughts.
So then that battle would be, boop. Guess what? Guess who wins? No surprise. Shanks is out of commission. Yeah, Aizen is broken. Aizen is freaking broken. But now we get into Madara. Madara would probably want to step back in. Madara won't be under the illusion. I know for a fact he has a counter. I just forgot how it works. I don't know if it was Izanagi, but I know Madara has some counter to illusion. Madara would definitely know he's in an illusion. What do you guys
was it, Andre?
I think because of Sasuke's got resist the deal.
Dude. Hang on. Repeat that one more time, Andre. I couldn't quite catch that.
I said it might be due to like Sasuke's Renegon resisting the Infinity.
Oh yeah.
What do you say?
The thing is, I think
So,
Yeah, Sasuke's Rinnegan resisting the Infinite Tsukiyomi, but wasn't Sasuke ent by Hagoromo by that point when he could resist it?
yeah, but Madara has Sage of Six Paths, so I think he can also probably scale similar.
Honestly, the six paths and Hunter and Hagoromo was like the only people that had like the Rinnegan at the time. So maybe he has like a different pattern similar to like other Uchihas. At least that was.
Didn't Seth already do a video on this though?
Yes, he did. I think he did say that, in terms of AP, I think he gave it to Madara, but he said in terms of hacks, he gave it to Aizen. Because I think even he said that Madara doesn't really have a proper way to counter Aizen's illusions. Because again, if U-Haul couldn't do it, and U-Haul can essentially see all possibilities and act on them, and yet he couldn't counter that, he said, what is Madara going to do?
Yeah, I know it sounds weak to go off of that, but like, I mean, Seth, you got to give credit where credit due. Seth is the G of Naruto scaling. So I'll definitely say like, all right, yeah, Madara gonna win that. I mean, Aizen gonna win that. So
Yeah.
and
Well,
then
here's the thing, like, if we just go for straight up AP though, then yeah, Madara would definitely take it more than likely. But yeah, hacks, it's all Aizen.
and then we go into one character who is going to be the GOAT of all of it. Midora. I wanted to avoid
Midora, okay.
because the thing about Midora is like, all right, so I don't know if you remember, but let me give you an example. Bro, Minority World is literally going to take the illusion, which is the majority, or the small minority things, like Aizen not being there will become the minority, and thus will shift to being he can manipulate that. The fact that he can manipulate the minority anomalies that occur, whether it's conceptual or physical or astral, Midora's Minority World could literally say, all right, I got stabbed. That's not a big deal. That's the minority. So it just cancels out the fact that he got stabbed.
What the heck? That's broken.
So his Minority World that's why I was like, I thought Madara would be able to counter. I'm like, nah, bro. Midora is going to literally just be like, oh, okay. So that's what you're doing? You're doing illusions now? Minority World. Also, don't forget, food luck is literally, it's so freaking stupid. So let me give you an idea. Midora's tongue is called hunger space. Every point his tongue touches, bro, is a vacuum that is pretty much a Hakai vacuum. No joke. It's a Hakai vacuum. If you go anywhere in that proximity, you're dead. You disappear. So it's like Aizen's gonna probably accidentally walk into it, and he's gonna become a bunch of pieces or regenerate, and be like, what the hell was that? And because it negates durability, what's the Hogyokyu gonna do about it? Nothing. And the Minority World is if Midora's Minority World captures that death is the minority, then it will become, if death happens to be the lowest minority for Aizen and Midora makes it the majority, Aizen will die. What the freak, bro?
That is stupid broken. That is actually stupid broken.
It's literally like a little kid. Yo, ask Zay, ask the homies in the chat. I wish Jadaro was here because that is so stupid, bro. It is so freaking broken. Midora is so freaking broken. Like
that makes no sense, actually.
And we know Midora has higher AP without a freaking doubt. We know for a fact he has higher AP. I mean, have you seen what he's done before? Have you seen what his freaking tongue did? I'm not gonna lie. Look in the chat. And in chat, y'all gonna see this is what Midora's tongue did. to a
God.
star-sized planet that's constantly expanding.
Oh, that is all bad.
That's his tongue, bro. And then you have that. Midora with that tongue, dude. I hate you, yo. I hate you all force. Toriko characters confused with their appetite demons, which makes them more broken. Yeah, and his appetite demon is, it's not even a universal meta. It is universal, but like I'm not. I said specifically no universal meta, so we're not gonna allow the appetite demon. But like, literally, yo, bro, this is something. Midora considers this thing I just showed you is trash. That's like having freaking Android 18 fight Goldo. That's how Midora considers that. So like, yeah, Midora. That sound like, I don't know, man. Like, for example, have you ever seen? Let me give you guys an example. You know Joa, right? Or I don't know if you know Joa. Midora versus Joa. Let's talk about that.
All right.
So when Midora fought Joa, he said, "Nice to meet you," or actually, this isn't the first time we've met Midora. I believe Joa killed Midora. Let me reread it. I have to reread the scan. Yes, Midora actually died, but then Midora killed Joa 8 times.
What the heck?
Let me see here. I believe, yeah. It literally, like, I think he said this. Let me see. The period in which you were attacking, that full 0.01 seconds, you left yourself completely open. I was able to take my time to launch a counterattack. He took his time.
And at 0.0, what's that? Oh my god.
And he said, I'm gonna take my time, bro. Let me just And he said, I see those orbs were able to take your place, were they? To be precise, these life orbs contain food spirits which acts as substitutes. He destroyed 8 large-sized ones at once. So literally, he killed Joa 8 times in 0.01 seconds by taking his time.
What the heck?
So like Joa died. It's just those life orbs pretty much are like Cat's 9 lives in a sense. And yeah. So it's hard to really say still, because that illusion is going to be a little trippy, but I think Minority World will be able to overcome that. So
God dang.
yeah, Minority World is going to definitely have the edge there. But other than that, though, it's still not going to be immediately easy. But I remember it said, "Nice to meet you." It said, that is the amount of time Midora froze from seeing Joa's appearance. It was a slight tremble of emotion, far from what you could call being emotionally shaken. That moment that no one could see by no means be called an opening. I mean, I guess, like, it's just jargon. And it was funny. I said, "Please calm down now. It would be troubling if this man went wild here and now." And Midora was like, "Before I kill you, let me ask you one thing." Like, bro, how do you do that? How do you just tell someone, "Yo, hold up, before I kill you, though, even though I already did it 8 times, let me ask you something."
That is holy crap.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
But again, like I said, his hunger space is like, again, if you it literally acts as a shield. So, and the thing is, it's extra dimensional. So like, the good thing he didn't fight Gojo either, because I mean, well, and keep in mind, his brother Ichiro, the way his brother Ichiro was able to recover his arm, like on some Buu Saga level, because his brother Ichiro had his arm eaten like that. Is like the only way he was able to recover his arm is because Minority World. Through Minority World, he was able to manipulate his actual atoms to regenerate everything on his body. So he made like that minority become a majority, and is like, all right, the thing that is most important right now is my atoms regenerating. So let's make that the minority. Like, what? What the that's so stupid. That's
like
so,
the century.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like this century. Jesus.
That's the hunger space explanation I'll share with you guys. So as you can see, what hungry tongue eats is not only objects, but it swallows the air in that space, activating in a vacuum form in the path of its trajectory it takes. It's an invisible Oshoku Bashan, known as hungry space. It springs like a trap and eats the prey that touches its paths. In the moment it touch, I learn that prey's taste. Here's the problem. When he learns your taste, he gets even more broken, because now that he memorizes your taste, he can just manipulate anything related to your atoms.
Okay. Wow.
That tongue gay. Yo, these guys playing too much, bro. But yeah, but like all jokes aside, the Midora likely is gonna eat Madara. I mean, damn, why I keep saying Madara? Aizen. Midora is gonna probably eat Aizen. Yeah. Keep in mind, Midora has healing capabilities too, because he did heal the Earth from massive damage. So yeah.
Okay. Holy crap. Then yeah, he washes freaking Aizen. There's no doubt. He washes Aizen.
Yeah, as long as there's a minority to manipulate, then yeah.
Like holy crap.
All right, so far, all right, so we're almost done. We're down to the last one.
All at least is Bardock and Geese
And
for Team Sigma.
yeah, but Bardock, I'm sorry, Bardock can't do anything. He can't. If Bardock is weaker than Midora, so he'll fall under his hacks. So that key, if the key becomes the minority, then well, GG, bro. Like I remember, for example, I think if I recall, Ichiro was going to die, I think due to blood loss or something. So because his death became the majority, he had to became a minority. I think he had to kill himself to make his death the majority. And then because his death became the majority, he kept himself alive. Like what? That's how Minority World is such a wonky, weird hacks. And then, so I'm pretty sure, chat, we can agree Midora will probably slap Bardock.
That's not probably. He does slap Bardock. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, like a certain constant of death to kill him.
Yeah. Now that leaves the last two. Is going to be Geese and Midora. So this is the last one, chat. We're hitting the last home run plate. And this is going to be interesting because how is this battle going to turn out? So you got to give us a breakdown on what Geese can do. That's the reason I put Geese on this team, because otherwise Midora waxes, bro.
Alright, so I just gotta ask you one question. Do you want Geese to have access to?
Hell no, he solos.
You let me finish.
Exactly, because I already know what this dude can do.
Like,
We're going. Go on. All seriousness, go on.
all right, so like I said, I'm just gonna re-upload the picture if my computer actually does what it needs to do and stops being a butt. You know what? Never mind. I'm just gonna go. There we go. So, no downloads. Where is it? It didn't go through. The download didn't go through. All right, fine, I'm just gonna do this. So before I go into this, ATARi, because you did say mid and Geese and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna find a screenshot. All right. Oh wait, nope, wrong chat. I sent it to you directly.
All right, bet.
But do you want him to have kind of like that?
Yeah, that's
So
fine as long as it's mid end. I think inconsistent. Yeah.
all right. So in that case, I would send it to the main chat so you can kind of like show it to chat so they know what I'm talking about.
All right, so let's talk about it. The power of the dead. It's not bad.
All right, so midden geese. How am I gonna do this? All right, so I'm just gonna go off of like the latest of geese, which means KOF 14 and the King of Fighters 14 manga, A New Beginning. Geese is mad broken essentially, and what I mean by this is the fact that we talked about this in the last stream, I believe, or was it the stream before it? Yeah, it was the last stream because last major stream we did, we covered Orochi being a part of the team. Geese took on and beat Verse. And I think I sent you those screenshots actually. I don't remember if it's in this chat or like you directly, Atari.
Oh God, Verse. Do you mean the reality warper?
Yeah, that verse. The verse that converges. And again, this isn't universal meta. This is just straight up what's stated by, the series.
Yep.
So it's not me high ending, any characters here. But Verse is the same being who could. First off, let me just say a couple things. Versus appearance created a hurricane that was actually made up of time and space itself. That's one. I sent you that Atari in the main. I think in the main in your chat actually.
Yep.
With Nakaru talking about it. Verse also converges all points in the multiverse and it's connected to essentially all possibilities in all realities. It can connect itself and take souls from the past, present, and future.
This guy right here, guys.
Yeah. So, yeah, he can do. Verse can do all that, and Geese went against him in a one-on-one.
Can you give me the screenshots? Let me get those pictures.
Yeah. Let's see. I think I already sent them to you, but I can see if I can resend them real quick. Let me see.
I got the pictures. I think I got them. Yep, I got them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, chat. Let me go ahead and let me go, bro. Chat.
Yeah. Okay. So I found the screenshots of him fighting Verse. So
yeah, I got it right here. Here we go, guys. What the hell?
So yes, Verse even ignores things like time and space erasure because he brought back another character named Ash Crimson, who was erased from time and space himself. Even brought him back. So Verse is pretty OP. Just saying, nothing too crazy. Do you want to reshare the screenshots when they were talking about how he converges all points and stuff like that?
Nope. I think they understand that already. But like he said,
okay, yeah.
You must have been drawn by the power of the fighters assembled here, Mr. Geese. I'll do this by myself. Stand back. Do you desire my power? I want the dormant power in you. Come on. This dude literally told a multiversal being. Let's just lowball and assume Verse is like a lower end avatar. The fact that he just said, "All right, bring it, punk." Weak.
Exactly.
You weak as hell. Like, look at this. That ham,
like,
it resembles my illusion. Oh well, guess that solidifies illusions don't work on geese. The freak.
Now, I'm gonna let Atari show the result of this battle, and then I will tell you what happens when he gains the power that he does, since he's gonna have that.
Look at all those hands. Guess what? You don't want a geese like you don't want these hands, bro. Like, let me just tell you this: as soon as I seen this scan, no, I'm playing. Pops up right to him. You have speed and power, but there's no art in your form. Pathetic. What the hell is wrong with Geese, bro? He literally told him, you ain't got no speed, you ain't got no power. I mean, no, you got speed, you got power, but you ain't got no art, bro. Literally, judo clashes him to ground. More of a collector than a fighter, aren't you? I don't need you. Give me your collection. Bruh. Bruh.
And then he proceeds to straight up start ripping power out of Verse and giving it to himself.
Geese is freaking crazy, bro.
And keep in mind, Verse is straight up said to have boundless power. Boundless power. That essentially means infinite power that Geese took into himself.
So the question is, can Geese deal with hunger space? Has Geese dealt with being erased before? That's gonna, molecularly erased.
So as of right now, as far as I'm aware, no. But here's the thing: with the power of the dead, from that first screenshot that I sent you, he achieved Nightmare Geese. Now with Nightmare Geese, he's even more broken. Normal Geese already has special abilities I learned from his time mastering Hakyoku Seiken, because with that he can learn Immortality, which in KOF it is implied that he does have it.
And he's going to notice the hunger space. Like, he's going to notice the vacuums in space because he can definitely sense Nakaruru just as Xanadu can. If he could, it would be kind of stupid. Like, oh, I could beat Verse, but I can't feel Nakaruru. So and Nakaruru exists on a higher plane of existence. So
he has abilities. He can heal himself. He possibly has immortality because he can soul transfer because he still kept the scrolls that taught him that in the KOF timeline. So he can just, if you destroy his body, he can just send his soul to another body essentially. He can drain your life, your power, all that kind of stuff. He can do it in his base form. But with Nightmare Geese, things got taken up a notch. With Nightmare Geese, he now has access to the souls of fallen warriors from, that he either knows of or from his verse. And one of the confirmed canon souls that Verse had that Geese would have access to now to use its power or just control a soul of itself is a piece of Orochi.
Oh, hell no. See, as soon as you bring in Grand Priest's son, then...
So, Geese has the power of the dead.
Why not?
Yeah. Andre's like, yeah, why not? I know, right? But no. So let me tell you, with this power, Geese now has Versus powers, which now allows him to converge all points. He's now at Amplified Spectre level, which Amplified Spectres are being similar to Verse, essentially. He's now at that level because he has Versus power. He can now converge all points himself. He can now draw on souls from every timeline there is to use at his whim, along with being amped himself. So he has access to characters who can summon black holes. He has access to characters who can create universes, aka Ignis.
Bro.
He has access to Orochi's followers who can reality warp themselves.
Damn, Geese, calm down, bro. It's not that serious. It's just a dark tournament.
So he now has access to all of that. And keep in mind, if he can steal Versus power, the reason he lost it, right, is because it got beat out of him, and because, of course, when he fought Shune's power started resonating with his, and he went berserk. Shune isn't here, so he won't go berserk. He now has control that he can use here.
Oh my gosh. So basically, Geese is... Man, this character's stupid.
So that means he'd have access to time-space abilities or abilities beyond that because of Verse. So
he's going to need that. Yeah. Man. So, like, based on this, we're going to... Midoriya's appetite demon. But we know there's no universal meta, but, like, that would mean we'd have to low end his feat, his abilities, but he has essentially reality warping-esque abilities.
Exactly.
So that minority space might be canceled out because minority space is a form of reality manipulation, and Geese has like a combat for that. So like even if he makes the majority the minority, Geese can just revert back the majority minority once he kind of starts to understand it. And Verse has mind reading. So no.
Yeah. So essentially,
so Geese can figure out what it is.
Geese could figure it out because what he would do is that he would just summon like the souls of like past of like warriors from that he knows of, and just send them after him. Which another thing that I need to bring up. Do I still have the scan? Is that any soul that he summons can't be destroyed or die because as long as he's still prevalent.
Exactly. Yeah. So
So
Geese is easily it's kind of hard because like if you nerf Geese, you gotta ignore the narrative. I didn't think
yeah,
I thought like I didn't think Geese was supposed to be this strong, but like
yeah, and like I said, this is narrative. This is not me highballing or anything like that. This is just what he has.
regard like yeah,
Option to him.
like so like even if we didn't use the so like based on that because you literally just use comics. You didn't even use the Chinese comics, bro.
Yeah, and then
And
Chinese comics, he's not as prevalent. I mean, he could fight off against like a raged out Iori and stuff like that. But I'm gonna go with like current.
but he still scales to like Kyo, who fought a clone and created 2 stars, like
Yeah,
a anti-matter star as well at that, like an anti-universe or a negative universe or something like that. I forgot. So like
yeah. Let me see if I can get the screenshot where it says that they can't be killed.
because like so essentially it seems like the problem Midor is going to have is that Geese is not going to be someone he can kill, and the fact that Geese can likely strip Midora of minority world, even though you
Exactly.
can't really necessarily strip it. It's just that he could probably learn it also. So
Yeah,
the threat of Geese learning minority world is definitely going to give him the W in this battle. Even if you have them stats equalized, I think Geese is gonna probably take it. I mean, because
nah,
he's dodging verse casually and it's
yeah,
telling him, "Oh, okay, yeah, you suck."
yeah. So even then, like Matthew Medora would have to do, he would have to stop Geese from turning into this form to begin with. So
Yeah,
like
and then he would have to use the appetite demon. He has to.
exactly.
He has to because that's going to be the universal level scaling. And even then, it would be more of a stalemate. It feels like it depends because there's too many variables to consider. Because then it's going to be like, how does minority world work with the appetite demon then? And then there's more assumptions there. But with Geese, it's more solidly confirmed what he can do because it's in the lore. I just didn't expect this guy to. Geese is that one GTA player who downloads all the mods.
And to top it off, and I'm gonna bring it up because I just read this.
You know,
Um,
Timebreaker Bardock. Oh man, Timebreaker Bardock solos everyone on this list back and forth and slaps them upside the head. It gives them an infinite times amp and slaps them again, just because. Timebreaker Bardock is too freaking broken, bro. The only thing you can do is if you use a high-end Geese who has Kukuri scaling.
yeah,
You could do that, and then it would be interesting. But I mean, come on,
but
bro.
yeah, so
What the hell is wrong with this character, man? Geese, you got some issues, bro. You're too strong.
and like I said, the only way he can lose that power is if essentially Midor beats it out of him. That is really, that's the only way you're gonna really stop him. Like, and even then, he's got to get through all the ghosts and the dead that he can summon, who you can't destroy, and who actually get stronger, as I see right here. Yeah, they get stronger the as the battle goes on. The more you try to destroy them, they'll just come back stronger than before.
Yeah. What about how Acacia's demon ate multiple universes, and then Toriko's demon one shot him, and Toriko is still weaker than Midora, confirmed, if I recall.
Then I mean, yeah, then that could be used.
But yeah, we can't use universal meta, so it becomes really difficult at this point. I don't know. It's a coin toss, to be honest with you. So it literally this may be like the first time where it's either Geese wins or it's possible we can get a draw. I don't know.
I definitely feel like a draw is feasible. I'm not going to say that Geese, can win outright because again, you know, if Midora catches him before he goes like Nightmare, then yeah, it's GG. But the moment he goes Nightmare, then yeah,
So because of that,
It's a lot harder.
that's the problem. Like now we have to now we're playing on thin ice because now it's essentially like would he do that? Because Midora in character, Midora would definitely kill immediately. Like if he needs to, he knows what he's in for. He's going to just eat and kill.
Yeah.
And if Geese steps in that hunger space, and before he activates Nightmare Geese, that Minority World is going to screw him over a bit. Well, then again, SNK key is kind of like Dragon Ball key, where it can kind of negate some reality warping hacks, but still,
Yeah.
I don't know if Geese will have like we have to. The thing is, we have to essentially nerf Geese to even make this fair in the first place, though. That's the funny part. But other than
I know.
that, I don't know.
If you want to go for a low kind of like nerfing Geese, it is to do that versus like overall presence was causing gravitational waves. Before you took physical form and to cause gravitational waves, that's at least requires like 2-star I think a star exploding, a star merging, or a black hole merging essentially. So that'd be like star levels consistently if you want to use, a kind of like more nerfed version. But
Yeah, one of them said you surprised them because they didn't know Geese was that strong. But I asked the chat, I said, do you guys think Midora takes it, Geese takes it, or it's a draw? Like, honestly, I'm going to be 100% honest. On a consistent basis, I think Geese would win because it's within the actual lore, narrative, and the feats. He's going to likely be able to react to everything. He's going to even in base, he can sense the hunger space. That's not a problem. If Minority World happens, Geese is also an extremely intelligent fighter.
he is.
So he's going to somehow pick up on what Minority World really is. And knowing Midori, he's probably going to explain it. Because like all they do, they always explain their powers like morons. And doing that is Geese can use it against him. So Geese is like
Wait, what'd you say, Andre? Oh god.
yes, somebody said from what I'm hearing, that tongue game got no chance against Geese. Oh, all right. So hold up. Actually, our winner might be Geese. So I was right. So our winner.
Okay, yeah.
So chat thinks Geese. I kind of agree. Like I said, I agree with chat because like on a consistent basis, even if you don't give him the universal power, he doesn't need it. Like he still will be able to react to that stuff. Like I'm not saying Aizen can't also react to that stuff, but Midora's MFTL plus. But then again, so is Geese because he can react to verse. So
Exactly.
and plus Geese is stronger than Chris, if I recall. Orochi Chris, right? Pretty sure he is.
Yeah. Yeah, he is stronger than him as of at that point, but like I kind of told you behind the scenes. When they're in their Orochi states, they just get stronger. I even showed you a screenshot that even showed you that Iori, when he's in his Orochi state, his power keeps growing and growing. So yeah, as right now,
He said
because Chris was skilled at this time. But yeah,
Geese is that one player that has all the hacks and spends $100K on COD.
I know. And this is why I disagree with like Death Battle when they did Heihachi versus Geese because they played verse down. Because I get it, they didn't have the translated chapter of what they showed during that time period, but if they just translated it even a little bit, they would have realized that Heihachi was way outmatched in that battle.
Yeah, like to be honest with you, like Geese. If Geese and Midora weren't here, I actually think Team Sigma would still win because Aizen. But
Yeah.
other than that, I mean, actually, now that I think about it, it's possible that they can get by Aizen, but they would need to have prior. And if they had prior intel, they could definitely clap Aizen. I'm pretty confident, like Aizen could whoop his ass. Like if he actually knew what's going on, but in character, he ain't gonna know what's going on. Bloodlust.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if bloodlusted, Ryzen would immediately power up his aura and blow up the freaking planet, and then Aizen's dead, or at least he's decomposed with the freaking Hogyoku.
Yeah.
I mean, another person I could have put on that team is Makuro, though, because Makuro is also star level plus, and she can cut 3D space in the anime. Like her finger, she is so freaking powerful, bro. She hits the air with her fingertips by just moving it, and it just splits space, like 3-dimensional spatial dimension in half. Like it divides it. What the hell is wrong? Like, why? So like that can deal with I'm pretty sure that can possibly deal with Aizen's illusion. I don't know if it could 100%, but it probably could. The only thing I can guess that can deal with Aizen's illusion is Jagan. Jagan I know can, because it's one, it has spiritual awareness and abnormalities, and two, if Hiei gets stabbed by Aizen, Hiei's body, his astral body will leave, and his astral body is completely separate from his regular body, so he won't be under that illusion anymore. And then he'll be able to gain his senses again and probably be aware that he was in an illusion and won't fall for it again. And then considering his Jagan can precognitively see Aizen from different perspectives, Hiei would be able to actually deal with Aizen then, especially because he has interdimensional attacks through the Dragon of the Darkness Flame. And on top of that, Hiei is likely faster than Aizen and more powerful in AP than Aizen. So, like, maybe if you get Hiei, then that'll be good. Or Kuwabara, because Kuwabara's spiritual awareness, it's stupid. It's like literally like I don't know how to describe it, bro. Like you can literally completely distort all his senses. He'll still feel there's something off.
Exactly.
So like
also, oh, go ahead.
Yeah. I think he, like, I don't want to get off topic, but like, yes, chat, I know, but in my opinion, based on an examination, I think Hiei's Jagan can deal with Aizen's illusion. It's very iffy, but like if we actually sit down and look at what the Jagan can do, I'm pretty sure Hiei can actually deal with Aizen pretty solidly. I'm pretty confident he can deal with Aizen. It's going to be hard. But I think, because the thing is, if you kill Hiei, it's like, all right, well, his ghost comes out. And the problem is, now he's stronger.
Yep.
Now you just screwed yourself, because now he's
ATARi. Mm-hmm. So real quick, I'm going to end it there, at least for like Geese versus Midoriya, since everyone seems to be in agreement on what they decided.
Yeah.
I reset the screenshot in our chat, but this tells you where Geese scaled the moment he took versus power.
Let's go ahead and take a look and show the chat this.
Yeah, so he would be at the amplified Spectre level, essentially.
Yeah, let's go ahead and show this before we end the stream. Because let's see here. Sea critters need no, I'm playing. Yep. Hold up. There we go. Sea critters need. What about Goku with a job versus Chi-Chi? Man, Chi-Chi stomps.
Oh god. But yeah, so
the Crucible of Souls connects all universes, converging all possibilities in the multiverse. However, these can only be perceived as illusions, and only a limited few are capable of meddling with them. Those with such abilities are known as amplified specters. Neither the Crucible of Souls nor the illusions appear naturally on this side. But if there are distortions in space-time or resonance with amplified specters, such circumstances may entice them to manifest on this plane. All right, so
go ahead.
Yeah, all right, chat. So I'm pretty sure chat, do you guys think Geese was a mismatch in this? Like, Geese kind of just mismatched a lot of the characters? If so, put 0. Geese doesn't have the hacks. He is the hacks.
So yes, the Crucible of Souls is referring to Verse, obviously, and that's who we beat and took the power from. So.
But the thing is, he low difficultied him.
Exactly.
Everyone said Geese was overkill, bro. Zero. Plus Goku still so. I mean, he ain't lying though. I'm pretty sure Goku would still slap Geese up. I mean, it'll be hard. But he'll still slap him up, probably. I mean, Goku actually I think Goku will love fighting Geese though. He'll love it because Geese is very skilled, and Geese will learn immediately on the way. But so will Goku.
Yeah, Goku be like, "Wait, you beat like this low complex multiversal being? Let's fight."
He's like, "Yeah, I did it pretty easily." Yeah, so you beat a Zamasu level fighter. All right, let's go at it. What? Why do you want to? How much would that be? But evolving to Ewok doesn't mean limits. What if the freaking living Drobino comes for Aizen? Yeah, no. Yeah, no. The Hogoku just evolves only to a universal plus level, I'm assuming. I don't think it's going to go to multiversal levels. There's no proof it does. I mean, maybe if you assume it's completely limitless within the Bleach first, that'll just be low multiversal, but that's the most.
Exactly.
I'm trying to wank it to like him being Yondu.
True.
So, yeah, Geese was overkill, bro. But that's my fault. I didn't even realize that. Keep in mind, you're not even using the real meta. Because, like, guys, the truth is, a verse is actually low hyperverse. Because it's confirmed there are 11 to 12 dimensions in SNK. And yeah, no.
Yeah, they use membranes, so yeah, you know.
Yep.
I just didn't show that because that's already unfair.
Yeah, they blatantly use membrane theory, and I think it's Metal Slug and other SNK games, and in the movie especially, which is pseudo canon. So no. Oh, actually, no. They confirm it in the new SNK too, because Xanadu talks about higher dimensions.
Yeah, no. I showed you a while back in a screenshot where it mentions that, you know, there are a thin set of membranes and all that kind of stuff in higher dimensions. Yeah.
Yeah, so no.
Which, by the way, verse tore through those membranes literally, so yeah.
So, Geese beats Super Tango Tompa Gurren Lagann and Anti-Spiral. Anyway,
Kingslayer, Geese should not have been in this battle.
He shouldn't have. And the fact that Geese beats Anti-Spiral, he shouldn't have been in this battle. Get your ass out of here. Oh, sorry. I'm only gonna say this once, but I'm gonna be like low tier god and be like, yo, come on, man. I don't know why this stupid hacking characters coming in my another freaking bootleg show though. Man, Geese, get your black ass out of here. You know, Geese isn't even black. He's still gonna call him black. That's, like
Geese gets voted by Popeye. Okay,
just like when he called my friend Blassassin, or not my friend, but like someone I actually know IRL. Blassassin, he literally said, "You Blassassin, get your black ass out of here. You already know you're black with that name, Blassassin. What kind of name is that? I know you're black." I was like, bro, Blassassin's like the whitest person. So low tier guy would be like, yo, Geese, get your black ass out of here.
Nah, Geese to Medora.
IDK output. It specifically stated that SNK, Metal Slug, and even in the movies that they follow membrane theory specifically with 11 dimensions. So yeah, Anti-Spiral is 11 dimensional. Hold on, I'll show you. Hold on. All right, I gotta type it in a separate window because not safe for work. Gurren Lagann.
Yeah,
you don't want to type that in.
Yeah.
Man, no, don't ever type that in.
Oh, Force, Geese finna pull up on TTGL verse with the Zero system from Wing Gundam.
So here you go. There's that. Let's read the scans in context. It says, an imaginary oscillating time space located between the membranes. of dimensional universes we call the 10th and 11th dimensions. While you have everyone here in this image looking like idiots. So here's the thing, Geese. They say Geese about to slap Anti-Spiral. I mean, if he could deal with if we just say Verse and Anti-Spiral are about equal, which kind of sounds about accurate almost, considering Verse can tear through membranes just as Anti-Spiral can. Geese slapped Verse like a little girl. So Geese is gonna, I don't even want your powers. I don't even want your power. Just give me the powers you took already. You suck. You trash. Like, how badass do you got to be to tell someone like, I don't even want your powers. I don't care about your 11th dimension. Just give me the powers of people you already beat. You're trash. You suck. Get out of here, bro. Verse, get your black ass out of here. No, I'm playing.
I mean, Verse definitely is black. He was created by an African goddess.
Oh, snap! Damn. Yo, don't cancel me, YouTube. Don't demonetize this video. Do not demonetize this video.
Oh man.
I'm gonna say it again though. Verse, get your black. No, I'm playing. But for real though, Anti-Spiral fans thinks he's omnipotent. I mean, he's not. He's really strong though. You don't know why to do it, but there is a hyperscaling for Anti-Spiral, because if we say one universe Indigo and Logan is 11D, then would that be 12D? It does have infinite universes. Well, it's hard. They're mostly, all the universes are made up of 11 dimensions. You could say there's a bigger 12th dimensionality containing all 11 dimensions, but the same thing could be said for SNK, because I mean, well, then you have an African goddess lady who is even stronger than Verse, gave him his powers,
Created him and everything, so yeah.
Yeah, so the thing is, the meta is trying to imply that she might not even be above Orochi. I mean, well, she's equalized, kind of. It's hard to say.
That's what I'm trying to figure out myself, frankly, on her placing, her and Orochi's placing.
Yeah, and then you got Geese, who, well, I don't know. How does Geese scale that? Like, how does Geese scale to Orochi, Psyche, and Ash Crimson?
So to be fair, he definitely can't beat Orochi. I'm just gonna say that right now.
Hell no.
Psyche, it's unknown because he never had the chance to really fight him. But I would say that he could probably put in some work. Psyche would definitely be interested in, because of the fact that, he loves people with bloodlust, and Geese would definitely have like that bloodlust and desire for power to try and go after him.
Yeah.
So I mean, Ash, on the other hand, Ash straight up said that he could take on Verse by himself, or at least this newer, stronger version of Verse as well, presumably stronger. That can still do all the same stuff the other one can. I don't need my teammates. I can take it by myself.
And yes, guys, Ash Crimson is this flamboyant guy who literally, I don't care how much you think. No, it's not a girl. But yes, this flamboyant fella here is literally like, yo, I'm about to slap the dog crap out of Verse. Period. And he was implying it was going to be easy. In fact, if I recall, wasn't Ash also saying something along the line of somebody did a female Ash.
Yeah.
I mean, that's to be expected. I guess he can't be flamboyant. Anyway, the whole point is Ash Crimson literally was erased out of existence and still was able to observe like everything that was still going. Like, what the hell is wrong with this? Is a Masu looking guy. Ugh.
Yeah, his consciousness. He somehow kept his consciousness intact despite being erased. In fact, I even shared the image of him straight up saying that he could take on like this other Verse by himself. So yeah, straight up telling his teammates,
Which the fact that Kukuri is his teammate, Kukuri can't show his face, or we the viewers would die. Like, come on. Like, anyway. Anyhow, might as well get this over with, though having all of us here is overdoing it a tad. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, yo, bro, we don't need to all be here. Like, y'all can go home and sip on some coffee. I think I can handle this. This guy sucks.
Yes. Yeah, he still considers himself up to be above amplified specters. He considers himself to be above reverse, which is why he said, the rest of you, having you guys here is just overdoing it. I can do this by myself."
Ooh,
You know?
we got a good battle. Ash Crimson versus Amasu. That would actually be pretty interesting, considering Amasu's being able to evolve.
Yeah.
But honestly, Ash definitely has the power. Like Ash has the power and hacks advantage more than Zamasu does. The thing that's going to make Zamasu annoying for Ash is how quickly he adapts. Because
Exactly.
I would probably, it depends. If we're using like the higher end scaling for Dragon Ball, then
I don't know.
Ash could still win. You would probably need someone like MUI Goku, but yeah, for like regular higher end scaling, I think Zamasu stops at like 11th dimensional at best, or like 10th dimensional at best. Yeah, I think it was 10th dimensional. Yeah, he stops at 10th dimensional at best. Like so, like he's not gonna be up there with like Ash at that point.
And the bad thing is, we still don't know how truly powerful Ash is because he always holds himself back.
Yeah, and it's gonna be hard. Like Zamasu doesn't have a way to race him. You probably, in my opinion, Ash is like. Here's how I look at it. If I had to compare SNK to Dragon Ball, I would say Geese is like Moro, kinda. Like when Anime Moro comes, I know Anime Moro is gonna definitely scale to some ridiculous level, but he's gonna be like whatever Anime Moro is gonna be, like this like higher dimensional crazy, like I don't know, person. Ash is going to probably be more like Beerus in a sense, if that makes any sense. Kind of like Beerus, if that makes sense. Verse is like Zamasu, if anything, in a sense.
Yeah.
Like as far as like yeah, and then what's it gonna be next? Freaking Orochi is gonna be like the Grand Priest, if anything.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I wouldn't really say anyone else, but the African goddess is probably going to be more like the angels.
Yeah, Osama Regal. Yeah, she is.
Otama Regal. Yeah, she'd definitely be like the angel.
Well, the thing is, they don't. I will say this, and because I'm not gonna go too much, because of course I'm making a video on her. She's a creator of this complex multiverse that KOF seems to have, which means she's also the creator of the membrane. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So
and
she
and Orochi doesn't exist in dimensions. He doesn't care about membranes because he's not.
Yeah, he resides in the void just like she does. So.
Yeah. Oh, also, this image shows an example with Nakaruru, and now the power of the dead has been unchanged. There's not very much I can do, but now while the warp in time and space has been weakened, the border between life and death, again showing that SNK and Dragon Ball and just Japanese culture based stuff in general. You know what I mean? They all kind of follow that line of like, you know what I mean, higher dimensionality. So it's like, it depends, man.
Yeah, it's insane. Which is kind of funny because in the manga they're like, "Oh yeah, Nakaru, she says she can't do much," but yeah, in the game she's like, "Yo, square up." So it's kind of like a Dragon Ball Super manga kind of thing that they did here. Both are important though.
Yeah, it's weird because like let me see something here. I'm trying to pull up something right now.
What are you trying to find?
Let me see something here.
What in particular are you trying to find? Is this something that I showed you in the past?
Yep, possibly. All right, chat, give me one little monkey moment.
Also, sorry, don't forget, you have access to my scans on Google Photos.
Oh, wait, I do?
Yeah, I literally added you. So you have access to all 773 of my KOF scans.
Something happened in this world, both space and time. You know what's funny? The Versus Battle Wiki, guys, you know the Versus Battle Wiki puts this girl Guys, this girl in the middle who's traveling space-time and is able to perceive it and exist on a higher plane of existence, versus Battle Wiki literally placed her at city level, small city level, and only relativistic.
Yeah, I hate it so much.
Yeah.
So yeah, actually I think I know what scans you're trying to look at. I can actually just resend those to you in the main chat if you want me to.
I mean, hold up. Give me a moment. Don't do it. Don't. Yes, I found it. Here it is. One cannot cross the membrane without utilizing higher dimensional changes. Guys, in the chat, if you agree that this proves that they follow membrane theory in higher dimensionality, because it's so freaking blatant, type 12 in the chat for 12 dimensions. Just type 12 if you agree that it's very clear they intended the multiverse to be made up of 12 dimensions. But Verse Battle Wiki is like, no, they're only city level. They're just using flowery wording. But the visual novel characters, it's like, with Umineko, we're in this place. There's no such thing as where, and no such thing as what time it is. So you mean that you're in a 5D world where there's no time space? Okay, yeah, big deal. First Battle Wiki, no, it's universal.
Exactly. I mean, it's reconfirmed even in like the Orochi team like prologue where it says like as they're like floating around like that endless dark expanse, they see freaking a thin set of membranes and then hands tear through them and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's pretty much reiterated again.
I don't get it. Like, how is this a problem? Like, even look at this scan. Again, the past, present, and future hatred and lost souls has gathered here from all around. How could she perceive that and tell? That shows you that Nakaruru clearly has extra dimensional awareness. But people think, no, SNK never deals with multiverse stuff. They're only like low, like city level and stuff. I'm like, are you guys crackheads?
Exactly. It's all bad. And then I'm just gonna share this, and then we can. Then from there on, the next call is all up to you.
Don't forget this scales to SNK verse because it's Metal Slug, which is also SNK, correct?
Yeah.
It says recent research has proven the supernatural phenomena the object calls made of possible connections outer space to hyperspace. It receives higher capacity information transmissions from outer space, but they have yet to success. Like, come on, they have yet to be successful. Like, come on, how much evidence do you want? Grease is a crackhead. That man. That man is different. He solos versus Battle Week. Stop highballing ATARi bullet level at that. I mean,
ATARi.
Can they beat Goku? They can't
think about it. I just remembered.
They can't beat Goku though, but still, no, I'm playing. I mean, they can't. Maybe some of them can, but the majority of them can't. Xeno Goku too broken, bro.
ATARi. I just remembered. I gave you a scan from like the House of Metal Slug where it straight up says that someone, so it had a weapon called the multi. Here it is, right here, actually.
I just want to share. One more scan. Athena's name is magic. Mystery is what you see. A whole new dimension born in Japan. A girl from the space between the second and third dimensions. How is that not clearly blatantly talking about numeric dimensions?
Hey, actually, you know what? I sent you a link, actually, a YouTube video link, where it straight up says that she can cross between dimensions in like her intro phase. In Kill 15, actually. Yep, right here.
Oh, shoot. I remember the scan. You gave me a Sephiroth. Apparently, in the reboot Final Fantasy, they want to make Sephiroth be able to reach the edge of creation, which is like, why does he have inaccessible speed? I don't know, man. And that scales to Sora. So,
Sorry. Real quick, just check the chats, and that's pretty much gonna be like the last thing I send for a minute
Okay. Yep. I got you.
because we got to end this soon because you need to go to bed because you have work.
Oh yeah, definitely. But this is too good to be true. All right, but let's go ahead and wrap this up. Let's go ahead and watch this chat.
And it's only like I think 30 seconds at best, but listen to what he says carefully.
See what they have to say, chat.
A girl who can slip in between dimensions. The eternal psychic
Ad.
makes her entrance. ATARi Asamiya.
皆さん応援してくださいね
Who could slip in and out between dimensions. That's so it's consistent with the comic.
Yep.
So it's literally, this is the same Athena. Like, it's literally consistent. How do you slip in between the second and third dimension? That's busted. Oh yeah, Sora's busted, especially if you use Rapunzel scaling, bro. Nah, get out of here with that. We ain't doing that. Not today. 30 seconds at best. It's 18 seconds. Dang, man, you highballing it, bro. Stop wanking it, bro. No, I'm playing. All right, chat. I think that's going to definitely be the end today. But like, we just wanted to talk a little bit about SNK. I was the end today. Want to talk about SNK? Yo, bars, bro.
Yeah, those were some bars.
Yeah, I know there's gonna be people like if you ever bring this up on Versus Battle Week, yeah, I already know they're gonna say like that's only one scan. You can't cherry pick scans on like how many higher dimensions. We don't know. Like they say membrane. It doesn't matter. Membrane doesn't mean anything. They could have a different membrane. I'm like, oh, okay, shut up, shut the hell up. Oh man. Anyway, guys. All right, so that's gonna be that. So that was the video for today. Everyone. Bro be wanking videos now. All right, yo, the best stream. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much, everyone who came through. This is a fire stream today. I'm glad.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, man, this is lit today. I had fun. I had fun with you guys. We lasted a good amount of time.
Way longer than we thought we were going to.
I'm definitely going to take a nice break for tomorrow and the day after because I got to get practicing for something. But stay tuned. I'm definitely working on that Goku video soon. The reason though I'm iffy on it is because like we're about to get a new manga chapter, so I'm like I want to drop it the day before the manga chapter, if anything.
I mean, you can wait until after.
Chapter already.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But all right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. That's gonna be it. This is ATARi HMB. We are signing off and going straight to freaking sleep.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because daylight savings ruined my. It's all because daylight savings fault. Right now, it technically would be 12:52. So don't even get. It's not even our fault. It's daylight savings fault. Freaking stupid sun. Anyway. All right, guys. Have a good night. Peace.
Peace out, y'all.